Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Welcome to the first episode of Stitches with Sammi and Alexis.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me, of course.
I am so excited for this. This is the first episode of a new series where we sit and chit-chat about crochet.
And hopefully also crochet.
Hopefully.
Although usually when I chit-chat, I don't get a lot of crochet done. But
yeah, we go out to coffee and we were crocheting as we were chatting when we were first starting with our coffee dates. And then that quickly turned to just talking.
Yeah. Can't do the complicated patterns then. It's the simple, just straight back and forth or the round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we both brought pretty complicated patterns at that time. You were working on a shirt.
I was working on an ocean shirt that had really pretty scalloping stitches and absolutely lost count. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the conversation is good. The math doesn't math.
So today we're hoping that we can work on our crochet while chatting with y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. My name is Sammi. I teach crochet with Yarn Over Hook. Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. Alexis is a fellow crochet friend and also a member of Yarn Over Hook.
Yes.
Alexis will actually possibly soon be helping out with teaching as well. So this will be kind of like a teacher's podcast.
We're both. That sounds so fun.
Alexis is an incredible Amigurumi artist.
Thank you. I love Amigurumi. I love all crochet, but my heart is for Amigurumi for sure.
Okay, so there's a little bit, I'm looking at our video.
Yeah.
And there's hi friends. Next we have hello Vanessa. Hi
everybody.
Hi Marquis. So we have I can kind of see right here.
Oh yeah.
Can we show this
Absolutely.
piece?
It's very easy to it's not fragile.
I'll hold it and you can talk about it.
Yeah, so last year I compete in crochet competitions, and last year I was in the LA County Fair and I won with this piece. I won first place, and then I won Judges Award of Merit. And last year the theme was Stars, Stripes, and Fun, celebrating LA community. So I decided to do a whole thing about LA community food, representing the 8 major cultural groups, or the 8 largest cultural groups in LA. So I have some ribs, some Thai food, Chinese food, In-N-Out, some guacamole with little mini. I know. I got so hungry when I was making this. It was I think I got blood sows when I made the ribs. I got Thai food in Thai Town, and then I have some chumash acorn flour and oysters, and then Hawaiian, and then there's a little tiny drip of the Hawaiian shave ice dripping, spam musubi, and of course sushi, my favorite food, a little kikoman, little soy sauce bottle. But that's basically what I entered in last year, and I love competing in crochet. I'm in the LA County Fair this year again, not with this piece, this is from last year of course, but it's so fun to do, and I love amigurumi, and a lot of this is freehand just by me, and it's just it's all freehanded by me, but I have patterns written for some of them now, but it's just so fun to do.
Which one do you have a pattern written for?
The Mokahete and the conchas. I have a whole pattern for that one written out, and it's about to go into testing, and it's just so fun. It's really they're really, really fun to make, and it's nice to use a little bit of cardboard, a little bit of pipe cleaner, things like that inside of elements to give you looks that you can't achieve otherwise.
Cause it's it's sturdy, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna do the Dairy Queen flip. I don't know if you guys remember when they would do their ice cream and then
you
flip
can do
it to show you.
Yeah.
You
it's totally safe, I promise.
It is so weird.
I mailed it to the LA County Fair last year, and so I had to make it safe to mail, so it's all secured down.
That's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
This is amazing.
And then this is
so cool.
supposed to be the Spanish kind of terracotta floor. I was really happy with that too, and I love it. It was so much fun to make.
It is so detailed.
Yeah,
so detailed.
You.
I love the table decoration that you have. The sign over there is so cute.
Originally, I tried to embroider the words on crochet, and that just didn't work. The stitches just got swallowed by the crochet, so I had to put a little bit of felt here and embroider on it, but it's still, you know, it works. I know I burnt the ends of the fries. That's how they get the little char. It is, you know, acrylic yarn just goes like this.
No, but it is like, it's so fun because you get fries that have that like brown crispiness on the
edge,
tip.
exactly.
It's just the details on here are wild.
Thank you.
So wild.
And I looked at pictures of like chumash baskets to base the pattern of this on. So like they're hand woven grass baskets to base that. You know, it was a lot of fun. And obviously the acorns, that's micro crochet. So have you ever done that with embroidery floss?
I have not.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole other set of hooks. They're like tiny.
Wait. So how do you enjoy it? Because there is a crochet artist who is making a blanket right now. Have you seen?
Yes, the granny square one.
Insane.
Insane. It's like a life goal because it's so cool that
like,
she's doing.
I feel like my mouth is being hidden by the cake, but
yeah.
It is wild.
Yeah.
It is absolutely wild how tiny those squares are, and she's making a human-sized blanket.
What a passion project. I'm so impressed.
I cannot remember her name, but if you just look up micro crochet on like any social media, she's gonna be the one to pop up because this blanket is wild and it's
beautiful.
Huge. It's huge already.
Yeah, it's so incredible, and micro crochet is so tiny, and like the stars are made with embroidery floss too, but you know, micro crochet in the round is hard, but it's
what makes it so difficult.
It's just there's not a lot of room to work into with the embroidery floss, and embroidery floss sometimes wants to split a little bit more than some yarn, so that can make it harder, but it's just generally the space. Like your fingers will cover up so much of it because your fingers are like the scale is so different. And a lot of people I know who do micro crochet, they don't use like I'm trying to think what they're called. They don't use like magnifying glasses. They just can see it. And it's like, you need the brightest lights. You need like,
I feel like you would need like the perfect condition to be able to see every stitch, to see where you're entering, to make sure that you're not splitting the threads like you just mentioned.
Exactly.
And to like make sure that everything is all even. I couldn't imagine counting.
I want to do it more because it'd be fun to make little earrings, like little tiny food earrings or just anything. But like, it's so fun and interesting.
Let me see if I can like, can you guys see the little, oh yeah, okay. So the little acorns, these are what are micro crocheted. Like, I'm sure that the camera's not even catching the detail of this. It is so tiny.
I think I used like a 0.5 millimeter hook for that. It was really small.
0.5?
Yeah.
Can you grab my hooks right there?
Of course. This little cup?
Yeah, thank you. Let me see. Did I put them in here? 0.5, you said?
Yeah. It was really small.
Oh my gosh, that's a 3.
Yeah, most of what I work with Amigurumi, I usually work with like a 2.5. That's my like standard hook size.
Gosh.
So to go even smaller is like...
In that, do you see 2 hooks in there?
I do. Let me grab that.
This is from my, I will eventually do the fillet, I promise, guys.
Well, here's one.
The other one's like really stuck in there. Okay, this is a 1.5.
There you go.
And this is a 1.25.
Yeah.
You said, what did you say?
0.5. It's really, really small.
I thought I'd be able to at least demonstrate. Because I was like, yeah, I got some small hooks too. And
they're so small. They come with caps because they would snap otherwise, I'm sure. So they have like a little metal tube that goes over the top. I'll bring them the next time we get together for this so I can show you. And they're punishingly small, but they're really, really fun to use.
Oh wait, okay, I have a small one in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is 2.00. I don't think I have a 0.5.
I will bring it. Yeah.
Wild.
I think the smallest I have is a 0.25, and that was like that's even smaller. So it's a whole thing.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Oh wait. I have one more. We'll try this one more. This is 1.9. I can't.
I'll bring it. It's a whole thing. It's so tiny. It's like you could embroider with just thread. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys.
Or not embroider, but crochet with just thread.
So this is, I said I had, my smallest was 1.25.
Do you mean to hold this back? Yeah. I can tell you that.
So this is a 1.25 hook. You can't even see the hook. I'm doing the like makeup girl, the
influencer hand. Yeah.
You can't even like, there we go.
And then you gotta do like the finger tap. It's like,
right.
Yeah. ASMR finger tapping.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's one I wouldn't ever recommend that for beginners. You have to like understand how it works before you, because it's like
sure.
you can't see it. I haven't done it with black yarn yet or black thread yet. That is like, I don't even know. I only have used other colors.
I'm trying to remember what. Let me see. I'm just gonna find her.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find her
amazing like micro crochet full size granny square blanket.
Crochet. Because she used dark colors.
She did.
And that's why I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up because she uses bright or darker colors in her blanket. Yeah. And so I can't imagine how difficult that would be.
I can't imagine either. And it's not just hard to enter, but it's hard to hold tension with something so fine because it just slips through all the cracks in your fingers, you know?
Right.
It's just like, it's hard to do. And it's so pretty. I've gotten a few micro crochet earrings. Yeah, like you've seen those like hoops I have that are like micro crocheted with embroidery. That's Parlez-Vous Crochet, and she does beautiful earrings, but they're all like done with embroidery floss, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's if you don't know embroidery thread, it is like floss. It's like, that's how thick it is. It's thin. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. It is infinity and less. Infinity and less?
Yeah, infinity and less, yeah.
Okay.
Like, look at those tiny squares.
Look at that.
They're like a stamp. Like each one.
Oh, that's how big it is.
Checking the thing. Oh my gosh, so cool.
Isn't that is just so
it's beautiful.
Wild. And she has black squares in here.
Yeah, there's not as many of them. And I don't blame her, but like, you know, that's impressive.
Absolutely wild.
It's so cool.
So how does one count the stitches with micro crochet? Next we have asked. So how did you keep count? Because you made an acorn.
Yeah.
You did amigurumi. So you have to be sure that you're counting with that increase and all that stuff. So how do you keep count?
So you just count the way you traditionally count with amigurumi. You can use a stitch marker as long as it's like a thinner one. So typically like the hard plastic kind that we probably use the most, that is a little bit too big. You want to use like those metal thin ones.
Think about a stitch marker.
So like,
you can't even fit a stitch marker.
So you have to use stitch markers. Just like the same principles apply. You have to use a stitch marker. You have to count everything all the time, and then use a thinner stitch marker. And it's not too bad. Like when you start in the magic circle, that's really hard because it's so tiny.
Right?
Yeah,
it's so
small.
It's like a little magic grain of sand.
Yeah, it's like it's like I'm like it's like right up here.
Did you have to take a lot of breaks?
Yeah. I mean, just generally I take a lot of breaks because it's always good for the muscles, but with micro crochet, absolutely, because you're like in a claw, like a whole claw. It's so small.
Right.
But yeah, it is like you do get into a groove and you can make them a little bit looser because especially if you very lightly stuff the piece, you won't see the stuffing through it on a micro crochet. True. But it's just, you just have to use smaller tools, smaller stitch marker, and you count the same as you would with anything else. And you just have to religiously count. Yeah.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
That is so wild. I had no idea. I'm learning this with you guys.
I want to do it more. There's like a creator, I think she's called Itty Bitty Craft or Itty Bitty Creations, and she does the most.
I've seen that, yeah.
The flowered bookmarks. Yes. Insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It must take her a million hours, and they're beautiful pieces of art.
There are some incredible micro crocheters out there. Like, check it out. Yeah. I've seen some pieces. People will crochet full amigurumi like figures,
and
it's like the size
of all do micro crochets.
Yes.
There's like a little ice cream shop with like a little ice cream truck that will like drive up to it. It's just like I love it.
I can't.
Yeah, it's just like I've seen people be like they'll be like this, and then they'll reveal, and then there's like a koala on their fingertip, and I'm just like, and you can clearly tell it's a koala and not just like balled up yarn.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Thing. Yeah.
So what would you make next?
Oh, I love food crochet, so I would love to make like beet earrings or like maybe some carrot or turnip earrings. Or maybe like I've seen people do like hydrangeas and they have like tons of little tiny flowers with micro crochet.
That'd be so pretty.
I love hydrangeas. That'd be really gorgeous. But just like anything. Like I love beautiful things. And then I love like quirky, weird, like it's a banana. I love to go both directions or just anything odd. I love it all. Basically anything I make. Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see.
A cloud with like little raindrops. That'd be cute.
Oh, that would be so
That'd
cute.
be so sweet.
If you did like 2 different ones, a cloud with raindrops and maybe like a sun with a rainbow.
I love that idea. That'd be so cute. Yeah. And then depending on your mood or the weather, you could have the hair up on that side. Or,
Right.
You know, just, like,
You'd be like, I'm grumpy today, don't touch me. Or today's a great day, let's chat.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so fun.
It.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
Alexis.
thank you so much.
That is so cute. So I'm sitting here and I'm staring at the cutest little capybara. He's just been like side-eyeing me.
This little guy.
So cute. So cute. Okay, so when did you start doing amigurumi? How did you get so intense with it? All of the things. Hi Mars. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah. What started you on your amigurumi journey?
So my grandmother taught me to crochet when I was little, but she taught me a scarf and I was like, this is boring, going back and forth, I'm not into it. And then I put it down for like a million years. And then the 2020 happened and I was like, oh, I gotta find like a fun craft to do at home. And I saw some Woobles kits and I was like, I have to get, I'm like, that looks adorable. And I love like Japanese things. So I ordered a kit, made the penguin, was like addicted.
Okay.
So it's been 5 years of like nonstop working on crochet, mostly amigurumi, but like everything. Now I'm into wearables more. Like I made this, but like I have been nonstop doing amigurumi and I love it. Like this little capybara.
This little capybara is so cute.
Yeah.
And the little hat.
Yeah, it's like a little removable hat. The pattern is so sweet. It comes with like, I believe a banana and then an orange you can put on the top instead of a little like flower. But I just
so
like, I was a big fan of the
cute.
flower. I just thought it was such a cute little hat.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I just like how like stoic his face is. Just,
I love him.
just very capybara. It's definitely very capybara. Let's give a little close up.
He's so cute. I think it's technically a no-sew pattern, so I was like really attracted to that because I was like, that's so fun.
The feet.
Usually just like the bubble.
I posted a short tutorial on the mini bobble stitch, which is often used for no-sew patterns in amigurumi. For smaller pieces, I don't know if your cat here is that.
That actually, yeah, that uses the mini bobble.
Yeah.
And the loaf cat that I'm working on today uses the same.
So is it two double crochet as opposed to 5, or did
this
you do
one
3?
uses 4. She specifically asked for 4.
That
So
one,
it might be
4.
like it might be like a slightly altered mini bobble.
How many was this one?
That one I believe is 5. Yeah.
But it's small.
It's small. Yeah. It's tiny.
And then this one.
6, oh gosh,
5?
I think it's probably 5.
Okay.
Yeah, the pattern might have called for 4, and I might have increased it to give it more of like a bigger foot.
More big feet.
But it's just so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting how the mini bobble can be used in amigurumi to avoid the no-sew.
Yeah.
So like, that's something that you guys could keep in mind if you're starting amigurumi. You're unsure about like having to sew a bunch of legs on.
Yes.
If you're able to substitute a bobble stitch in there
for the feet.
That's a really good alternative. Really good alternative to it.
And I would say if you do that, while you're working in the round, it's very typical that your rounds will shift. So if you were to put the foot at the 6th and the 12th stitch every time, then when you get to like the butt, the 6th and the 12th won't line up. So you'll have to make just minor adjustments where you'll have to probably go back a few stitches for each foot just to line it up. So don't be shy about the fact that you have to make that change. That happens to everybody.
Yeah, and there have been, I watched a couple of videos on some amigurumi tips just the other day where people are like, don't be afraid to change where the decrease is.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to add an extra row.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to deviate from the pattern if you want your amigurumi to look, feel a certain way. So another thing is that I am...
They're so squishy.
I know. I'm squishing them.
Yeah.
So
I love plush
what
yarn.
is your what is your opinion, or how do you gauge your stuffing? Because I had talked briefly about stuffing like my Totoro.
Yeah.
My Totoro is
squeeze.
He's a bit stiff.
Yeah.
So I prefer like having like more stiff amigurumi, whereas when I did my Wooble, I didn't put too much stuffing in, and he's like really squishy.
Yeah.
So where do you land in like the density of your amigurumi?
So overall, I prefer a stiffer piece. I prefer to have like a more dense squish. And when
more dense squish.
When I do put the stuffing in, I do pull the stuffing apart before I put it in, so you don't end up with like big lumps. Because sometimes when you open those boxes of polyfill, if that's the type of stuffing you're using, you'll get like a cluster that's a lump and then like a looser cluster.
Right.
So I spread it around. But I do prefer a stiffer piece, especially since I do a lot of like sculptural kind of like amigurumi where like it's meant to stand up. But for like ones like this is like probably like a cuddler, like someone's gonna squish it and sleep with it. I will stuff it less.
It seems like it is stuffed really nice, especially so that his head can sit.
Yeah.
But it does feel. Yeah. The plush yarn also helps.
Yeah, I do love plush yarn. It's so sweet. Yeah.
Plush yarn is so fun.
My go-to is to stuff so that it will hold the exact shape that I want.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. And that typically means more stuffing. But,
right, it does mean more stuffing.
I love you, Totoro. I love the leaf. Thank you so much. I'm such a big fan of Totoro. Like, and like the tail, just everything about him is perfect.
His tail is so fun.
Yeah.
This was my this was my first amigurumi.
Yeah. That's a big first project that takes a long time. And he looks great.
I spent a lot of time on him. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on him. He is like my favorite. He's my absolute favorite amigurumi. And definitely what got me into like, I think I like amigurumi a lot.
It's so fun.
It is really, really fun. It's so fun.
And you can make crazy things with it. You know, all kinds of crazy banana things.
I mean that, yeah.
But like you can just take like normal things, like something you might put your glasses in at night. You can make a cup and then have cute little amigurumis holding it in place. Like you can be very creative with it. Like you can take.
It's like you're like generating some ideas right now. I'm like talking about it.
I'm like that's a great notes. Exactly. That's like my phone is full of like make a pattern for this, make a pattern for that. It's just because I love to do it. Yeah.
So you said that you have your own patterns.
I do. Yeah.
Where can our crochet friends find your patterns?
So I have some of them on Etsy. I have some of them on Ravelry, and then I have some of them on my website. And that's basically where I have them. I don't have them on any other servers right now, but I am going to move them onto Yarn Over Hook too. And I'm very excited for that.
So what is your website?
It is www.remyacraftyhedgehog.com. And that's my Instagram is @RemyACraftyHedgehog. And that's the same for Ravelry. I think for Ravelry, it's RemyACraftyHedgie, but you can find me through Instagram, and then it has the link in my bio that takes you to my Ravelry, to my everything else, to my website, to my free patterns, and it's all organized there.
Yay, awesome. And then I'll have her website linked in the description, so you guys can find that after the live.
Like this is my Elote cat. Yeah. I made this for the LA County Fair last year, not to compete with, but I just wanted to bring something with me when I went there to see my piece. And I was like, I love elote, and like it's a big part of LA culture and food. And I was like, so I made a little elote cat with little lime ears and the little topping, and the stick is the tail.
Wait. I didn't realize that the ears were lime.
Yeah, they're little limes.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Close up for the camera.
Isn't that so cute?
So cute.
I love like things made into cats, and this was my first time doing my own pattern of that, and I loved it so much. Yeah, little elote cat. Yeah,
so cute. So you had mentioned the LA County Fair.
Yes. Yeah.
So the LA County Fair is doing an event where they do a canopy,
a crochet canopy, covering a long promenade area that normally is sunny.
There are so many. It was probably going to be a nice relief.
Oh yeah,
in May. Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Anytime the sun. Yeah.
I think so crochet canopies are actually pretty popular. They happen often all over the world. You had mentioned that you found a couple.
Yeah, there's some in Ezatlan, Mexico, and then there's some in Andalusia, Spain. I think I'm pronouncing that city's name correctly. I've only read it.
Ezatlan?
Ezatlan, and then Andalusia or Andalusia, Spain. Okay. Those are the two that I know the most, but I know they're all over.
Yeah, they're all over. So typically with those kinds of like projects, they reach out to the public to crochet those squares for the canopy so that like people can just contribute and they can get as many granny squares as they can. They'll hold like workshops and stuff like that. LA County did that as well. And you brought your square.
I did, yeah. I brought my square. This is what it looks like. A little hedgehog, because I'm Remy Crafty Hedgehog. Yeah. And I used like the loop stitch to get like this nice little fluff. And I love these like little clouds. It's just really sweet.
It's so cute. And you freehanded that.
I freehanded this. That's why the hedgehogs look slightly askew, but it's good.
He's happy. He's like, yeah. He's happy to be
he's rolling. He's rolling around. But I just love it. And then on Tuesday, I'm driving out to Pomona to help them start attaching them. Well, they've been attaching them, I should say, to help them continue attaching them to the crochet canopy that they're gonna have hanging in the air. So hopefully this guy gets hung
that way, yeah.
So people below can see it. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my gosh,
I can like so shade awesome. You. Yeah.
Right, like there you go. Hi, Remy. Oh, that's so awesome. So cute. I am actually going to work on a square. Thank you so much for offering to take it.
Oh, happy to. I'll take it. I'll attach it. Yeah.
We missed the deadline.
Yes, the deadline was technically yesterday, but
that's okay.
I offered to help attach. So they generously said, if you come help us attach them, you can turn them in late. And I was like,
yes.
Of course.
So today I will be working on a square representative of Yarn Over Hook.
I love that colors. I love that purple. It's my favorite. Yeah.
So I will be working on a granny square today. What are you working on?
I'm gonna work on a classic loaf cat, because who doesn't love a loaf cat? And it's from a designer called Karen Meow Crochet, and she has these cute little loaf cats. It just started right now, so he has this little 2 beans and some eyes, but
cute.
He's gonna be cute. He's gonna have the whole thing. It's like a Siamese cat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really sweet.
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see it. So we'll see how far we can get in our projects today.
Well, luckily
while we're chit-chatting.
This is a 5mm. Luckily, not a 0.5.
I know. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe you used a 0.5.
It's so hard.
It was really a 0.5.
It was 0.5. I'll bring them and I'll show you. I'll bring some embroidery floss, and you can try it live if you like, and give it a feel.
Okay, episode 2. We'll try out
micro crochet.
We'll try out micro crochet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Marquis was agreeing with our amigurumi chit chat earlier.
Oh yeah.
Art is, Marquis said, it's art. Do what looks good to you.
Yes.
How often do you stray from crochet patterns that you get?
Oh, a lot. I would say a lot, especially if I wanted to have a particular look. Sometimes I'll not want to take the trouble of writing a pattern myself, and I'll go out there and I'll find something that's 80% of what I want, and then, not for sale. I will buy someone's pattern, and then I will make something for myself or as a gift for others, and I'll tweak it. And so I do that a lot, and that's really helpful. And it's really great for learning. Not this last August, but the August before, I set myself an insane challenge. I called it Amigurumi August, and every single day I made a whole amigurumi from start to finish, and it was insane. You would think I'd pick loaf cats every day, because that's so much easier, but no, I did incredibly complicated things some days. Some days I was like, that's it, I'm doing a mushroom. No, I'm not doing something.
Wait, so what was some of the complicated things you did?
Oh, I did an entire Jane Goodall doll, and then an entire chimp doll. So she was watching the chimp and doing research.
Wait, yeah. I saw that post on your IG.
Yeah.
For Jane Goodall's birthday?
Yeah, I reposted that for her birthday. So I did that whole thing in one day, and I learned so much. And if you want to get into pattern writing, doing patterns that other people do is a wonderful way to learn what works, what doesn't work, and also to see that people make mistakes, and it's not a big deal, and you get what they're trying to say, and you're able to make it. And it helped me with pattern writing, because I got less nervous about it, because I was like, okay, there's a tiny math error, but I got the idea, and I was able to work with it. Yeah.
How many patterns have you written?
I have published 3 currently, but I have written more. Well, actually, I guess I have published 5, but I've written probably 10, and they're either in stages of being tested, or I'm in the stage of taking all the pictures, because I love a picture of every pattern.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
same.
I love it.
I absolutely prefer all of the pictures, because we've chatted before.
Yeah.
We've chatted a lot. We've chatted a lot about do people prefer written patterns or videos?
Yeah.
And I'm personally a written pattern person, but having photos in the pattern is incredibly helpful, which I think might be why I'm okay with not watching a video. If I were given a pattern and it didn't have very many photos, I think I'd have a really hard time.
I agree. I'm curious what your followers have to think about Do they prefer if a pattern has the photos intermixed as you're going through it, or do you like it when the pattern says, see figure 1, and then there's a page at the back that has like all the pictures and then they're numbered? Because I've seen both, and I typically do one way, and I won't say yet because I don't want to push the judging. I don't know if that was like an interesting poll question, because I always love your polls.
Oh, thank you.
But, you know, but like I prefer one way, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think, well, I've never seen, I don't think I've encountered a photo or a pattern where all the photos were together and at the end.
Yeah.
I think that it would become a little cumbersome flipping.
I agree. That's
back and forth.
Okay, so now I told you that.
No, you're fine.
I gave it away, my preference.
Everybody has their own opinions.
Yeah.
So.
But I do prefer it in their mix because I do find that cumbersome.
Mara says, I like both.
Yeah.
I love the picture. And then Marquis says, I love the picture in the mix as I go.
Yeah.
So I can see how it looks as I'm going.
That's
Next
helpful.
we have, I would prefer having the photos along the text.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people request the alternative because they want more printer-friendly pattern, and then they won't print the pictures. So it's interesting. So something that I've seen creators do to kind of bridge the gap is they'll have a picture-free version of the pattern.
I have seen a picture-free, and I was wondering why that was even an option.
Yeah, so they'll have like a picture-free and a picture like full, a picture full version of the pattern available.
Okay.
I've dabbled with it, but I haven't committed to putting a picture-free version into the patterns that I've listed yet.
Okay, so I'm going to ask our crochet friends if they have ever written a pattern. So don't put your answers in the chat. We're gonna rock the boat, friends, like we always do. Okay, have you
we got our inner tubes if we rock the boat.
Have you ever written a pattern? And then yes, no, but I want to. There we go, we'll add that. And then no, not I don't want to, but
not yet.
No, but the I want to sounds like that. So no, but I want to. No, not interested. We'll just put like not interested.
Yeah.
Not interested. No, I don't like the way that sounds. No. Not my thing. We'll do that.
That's
not
nice.
My thing.
It's always nice to have a soft no.
Yeah, I don't want to. No.
Yeah.
All right, friends,
like,
rock the boat.
Exclamation point.
I know, I didn't want it to be so mean.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be like anti-pattern writing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rock the boat, friends. Rock the boat. Okay, so you had pulled up your inner tube.
Our matching inner tubes.
So we both have our Volare pillows. Yay!
They're so nice.
We were debating earlier on like, what color do you want to have? I don't know, what color do you want to have?
Yeah.
I feel like I have this conversation with myself every time before a live.
Yeah.
Like sitting down to crochet even.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I want to have green today? Do I want to have yellow today?
My husband has a red-gray one, so sometimes like we'll grab whichever one is closer. So sometimes I'm red, and sometimes I'm gray, but generally I'm green or gold. Yeah.
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah,
that is so fun.
I love it.
Yeah, this is definitely Alexis is who introduced me to the Volare pillow.
I did. Yeah.
And I cannot crochet without it. I was actually
it's problematic.
It's like
you have to try to
do it.
You have to bring it in the car.
Like, okay, I do. I'm ready for a road trip. I'm doing a road trip soon with my mom for my wedding stuff. We're going to drive all my wedding things to our destination.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try it then.
Yeah.
And I will definitely report back.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's so nice.
If you guys haven't gotten your Volare pillow yet, we do have a link in the description below. For the Volare pillow, you can get 15% off using Yarn Over Hook 15 and get yourself a pillow.
They're so wonderful. I just like, I bought and returned so many from, well, not Volare, but I bought and returned other brands because I've been looking for a long time because I got a lot of shoulder pain. And, you know, finally I committed to trying this one after seeing like so many crocheters because I was like, okay, they get it. Crocheters get it.
Right.
And now I love it. And I just like, and then I immediately got Andrew one as well because he uses it for just reading or his laptop. And it's just, they're so nice.
They're so nice.
They
are
the flip
very
cover,
nice.
And I have cats and dogs, so.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend it. Again, I would never recommend anything that I don't absolutely love and use. This pillow, I cannot crochet without it. Now, if I start, I'm like, oh, what am I feel like I'm like missing something, and I like get in like gremlin mode, like crocheting, and I'm like,
especially with micro.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like this would have been
with
nice.
micro.
Yeah, I didn't have this back when I did that. This would have been nice. It's just,
for sure.
And I recommended it to you too because I was like, this is worth it. I wasn't recommending any of the other ones I like bought and returned. I was like, none of these are working.
No, this is amazing. What other crochet gadgets do you like?
Ooh, I love a good yarn spinner because sometimes I don't want a center pull and I want it to come like really evenly. So I love a yarn spinner.
Wait, so you'll cake it and pull from the outside?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do cake it and pull from the outside.
I cake and pull from the inside. So why do you pull from the outside?
Then it doesn't collapse on itself. True. And it's easier for me because I store mostly cakes. I do have a lot of skeins, but that's probably just because they haven't like reached cake baking yet.
You haven't baked your cakes?
I would love to say that to Andrew. I'm like, do you want to bake some cakes with me? And he knows that means he's going to help me wind yarn.
Okay, so we're going to have to pin that because we have to talk about your crochet husbands.
Yes, and all the things they do. Yeah, just like, but no, so I pull from the outside, mainly because I store them in cakes and it's easier than having to deal with a lot of collapsing ones. I can just like put them back on the shelf.
How do you, when you're sitting, how do you spin it? How does it?
So I have, I have a spinner from, it's Asteri. And it's
not spin it, but like, if this is sitting here.
Yes.
And you're pulling from the outside, how do you prevent it from like.
Oh, so it's on a spinner. It's like on a stand that like rotates. It's that.
The one I have looks like a mushroom.
Yeah, I meant literally a spinner. It looks like a mushroom. It has a stick in it. I stick my yarn on top of it, and it spins the yarn in a circle as I pull it, and it makes it come. I find that it comes very consistently, evenly when I spin it from the outside than when I pull from the inner of it. Generally, like I get like a smoother, the whole transition is smoother.
See, and I've been considering getting a spinner, and I think it's because the reason why I feel like I mix up spinner and winder. I think I mix up those two terms. So when somebody says spinner, I immediately think winder. Yeah. Because I've just never used a spinner before.
I'll bring mine next time we hang out. You can try it out and see how you feel.
The mushroom one? Is it the one that you sent me?
I did send you the picture of it.
No.
Yeah. And then you're like,
I'm gonna have to like.
They're so cute.
It's so cute. Hold on, let me show you guys.
I love it, and it has a really nice spin. So naturally, like with a lot of people, I'm like, oh, I want to get a spinner, and I got like a really cheap one from someone else first, and I was like, this is okay. And then I liked it enough that I was like, I'm gonna put dollars down on this, and I bought like a nice one, and it spins like so well. It's like a luxury car of yarn spinners. Like it just like
luxury car.
Like the ball or whatever is in it just like spins so nice. It has a beautiful sound. It's so pleasant.
Okay, but it is satisfying the click that they do in all their videos for clicking the spinning part.
Oh yeah,
in.
Exactly.
It's like so satisfying.
It's so smart how they mail it in like pieces that you click it together.
This is it. This one?
Yes, exactly. That one.
So this is the yarn spinner. That Alexis has. And that I'm looking at getting as well because you guys see my aesthetic.
And I love the little tray because you can put your stitch markers there or any of your little, like if you do safety eyes with your amigurumi, you can put the safety eyes and they don't like roll away. I'll bring it. You'll love it. You're like, it's so nice.
So cute. Okay. Okay, I'm missing some comments. Next we have, does the pillow work for bigger bellies?
Yes. Oh, did they send you an extension clip?
They didn't. I didn't request one.
Oh, I got sent an extension clip because I bought these pillows like before I ever like reached out to them about being a crochet person who's like, these are great. And so they sent me an extension clip when I started working with them a little bit, and it's really nice. So the extension clip adds, I think, 10 inches. So like I'm like an extra large, and the extension clip would go even 10 inches more than me. So it's very
next we have they do. Yes.
Short answer.
How we both.
Yeah.
They do.
I'm like,
which is like so nice because I remember when I looked, I was like, oh, that looks kind of small. Doesn't seem very inclusive. And immediately I scrolled and it was like clips, extension clips. And I was like, oh, perfect. They really did think about that.
It's wonderful. And you don't have to clip it on. You can not choose to do that. It's just nice because then it tucks in to the like,
Right.
You can do like the T-Rex arms. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Riri, for answering that question. And then, hi Rigby, how are you? Thank you for joining. It looks like the boppy pillows for yes. Now I have a reason to keep my pillow. Yeah, I mean, there are people, I've known people who have used their boppies, reused their boppy pillows for it as well.
I think those are a little bit thinner.
They are a little thinner.
I think that's the only comparison.
And a little smaller.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine that some inspiration didn't come from those boppies.
I imagine.
Like, Multi-purpose, absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Next we have Not Luxury Car for Yarn Spinners.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see how smooth it's fun?
Like, it's amazing. And their customer service is wonderful. They're just really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. I might have to might have a treat yourself moment.
I don't blame you.
I just bought a whole bunch of yarn from Hobie, so I'm just like,
I can't wait to order from them. They have so many cute colors, and I love like their rainbow packs. I just love like the packs they have of pre-selected colors, because every year I want to do something cool rainbow, and then I'm like, I don't have the right shade of one of the colors, and then I have to go get it, and then I forget about that idea.
And making sure that all of the colors go well with each other too, like the tones, the saturation, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I ordered the rainbow. Friends, what is it called? Rainbow Cotton and Friends Cotton. I knew it started with a C, and I was like, it's not crochet.
Yeah.
Because they're also for knitters.
Yeah.
You know, it's for crocheters, you know, and knitters.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. Have you ordered from Hobby before?
I haven't, but I've heard wonderful things. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it, but it's the one with the 2 eyes at the end. Yeah. Hobie sounds nice, because then then it's easy to recognize. But I'm gonna order the same rainbow pack that you ordered, because I love cute little rainbow things, or like a cloud coming out of the rainbow. There's so many cute amigurumis done with those colors. And
and the cotton seems really nice. It comes in a bunch of different sizes.
Yeah.
Their sizing, it was taking me a minute to figure out their sizing.
Yeah.
So I got the cotton that was 8/8, so 8/8. The 8 is the weight of the yarn, so that's like Aran weight, 4 worsted, and then and then the second number are the number of strands.
Oh, okay.
So I got 8/8.
Okay,
is
cool.
what I got to try out.
I'll have to try the same one as you.
But I wish I had gotten 8/6. 8/6, what they say, is actually good. It's a sport weight.
Yeah.
Which I think is 3. And they said that that's actually good for summer patterns, and so I kind of wish I bought that. But I make very meshy summer things.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the cotton that I got will be okay. I'm hoping that it won't be too heavy.
Yeah.
And will still be good for like summer clothes, because I really like using cotton to make summer things.
Yeah.
You said that you made this piece here.
I did, yeah. I actually love it. It's from Hello Gabby 88, and I've actually met her at SoCal Fiber Fair last year, and she's so sweet. But I saw it on a mannequin, and I love that event, but it is like knitter heavy. And when I saw Sling Crochet, I like made a beeline for it. I was like, that's a crochet pattern. And she had it on a mannequin. It's so cute, and I really love it. It's like a crossbody basically, and then it like attaches in the back. It's incredibly beginner friendly.
It is super, super cute.
Yeah, and it has like the puff stitch looks like little hearts. I think
because you were saying that you were gonna try and make another one that's like Valentine's Day themed.
I want to make it for Valentine's Day and make like the hearts in red, or maybe like red and pink alternating, and then do like maybe like a pastel or something for this part. But I just love it. It makes me kind of feel like some sort of princess thing. Yeah, it's like fun. I really just like it, and it's a nice like mid amount of warmth, you know. So I really enjoy
Perfect
it.
For LA.
It's
perfect for LA.
If I remember correctly, it's a Sweet Jane top from her. Yeah,
and what was her name again?
It's Gabby. It's Hello Gabby 88, and her top. This top is called the Sweet Jane top, and I bought it on Ravelry, but I think she also sells on Etsy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can put a
we
comment
can put it. We'll
later.
definitely put it in the description.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, because it is super cute and it looks very simple.
It's so simple. If you are just starting out making wearables, it goes so fast. You basically just make 2 rectangles, and then they cross over the front and then join themselves in the back. It's the easiest thing.
That is so simple.
Like the construction is incredibly easy. You make 2 identical rectangles, and then they like cross in the front and attach in the back. It's so straightforward.
I love very unassuming patterns like that. When you look at something and you're like, oh, I want to make that, but it looks a little difficult. I'll just go ahead and get the pattern still. And then you get the pattern and you realize like, oh, that's like actually super, super easy.
Yeah.
I love patterns like that.
I was surprised at how easy even this one was. And it's so size adaptable, because you could make these sections as big as you want them to be and make these length as long as you want them to be. So it's really just, it's very, very easy to adjust for sizing too.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for recommending that.
Of course.
Next we have, no, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You should definitely check it out. So next we have, I bought a rainbow package to make a sweater. What colors did you get? Next we have It was 8/6, and I find it incredibly small.
Oh.
Already started, but I'm considering frogging it and working with 2 strands.
Mm.
No way. So like each strand is very thin. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really glad I didn't get 8/6 then, because I was feeling a little buyer's remorse, thinking that I bought the wrong weight for like the things that I want to make.
That's so wild that just 2 threads down would make so that big a difference.
It happens. Incredibly small.
I mean, like this is all done almost entirely with worsted weight, but 2 strands at a time.
Right.
That's how I got it like so thick and chunky so fast. And even the puffs are like 2 strands at a time.
So cute.
Yeah.
I can't.
I know, I really like it. So cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing this granny square with 2 strands, but I really want to we're going to do another yarn buster, friends. Ooh. This is going to be a yarn buster because it needs to be 12 by 12.
12 by 12, yeah.
12 inch by 12 inch. So I have my little like measuring tape here.
Yeah.
We'll have like measuring tape ASMR. Sorry. And we'll measure this as we go. But I think I'm going to make this. I'm just going to go ahead and use 1 strand. I'm using 1 strand. And it's already really small. And I'm like, oh, this needs to be 12 inches.
You're going so fast. You've got at least 3 inches.
Thank you.
So you're 25% of the way through, sort of. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows already. I'm going to do a few rows of the purple and a couple rows of the white and then finish it off with purple. I think that's what we'll do. So it'll be a little bit of a stripe.
Yeah.
And it's in the yarn over hook colors. So
yeah, I like that.
I think that'll be nice. This pattern that I'm using for the granny square is actually the same method that I use for the tutorial that I just posted. So if you are looking for a granny square tutorial, I just posted one. I do want to do some follow-ups on like color changes and granny square tips, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
I'm gonna watch that because even though I love amigurumi, I really have a hard time with granny squares.
No way, are you serious?
That's like the 3rd one I've done, and they always end up like kind of lenient. So like, you know, that happened, me doing my best. So like, I know, isn't that so funny?
I never would have thought.
I'm just not, I think I started with amigurumi and then I tried granny squares and I was like, I don't understand how you see where you enter again, because amigurumi you enter, it's like very clear where you enter for amigurumi. So I'm terrible at granny squares generally. So I'm going to be watching all your tips.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea. It's so, I find that actually really funny. That's something I definitely want to talk about. Next we have 8/6 goes with 3mm, 3.5mm hook. Very thin indeed. Oh, I got a multicolored one. Okay. Interesting. Next we have, I'm so happy for your insight, because I was really feeling buyer's remorse in getting 8/8, thinking I should have gotten 8/6. So I'm actually really glad. It's called bag 11 with 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of green, 2 shades of yellow, orange, purple, red. I think I got, for the rainbow, I'm pretty sure I got 9. Let me pull it up on my yarn over hook. But I think I'm pretty sure I got 9. Let me see. Profile, let me see. And I do have yarn over hook open, friends. So if you are working on something with us, oh my gosh, I forgot to ask. Friends, what did you bring to drink? What did you bring to crochet? I was just so excited to like dive in to our new like series that I didn't even ask you guys. What did you guys bring to drink? What did you bring to crochet? If you want to post a picture on Yarn Over Hook, please do. I'd love to see. And if you haven't signed up yet for Yarn Over Hook, please do. It's free social media for crocheters. We would love to have you. I would love to see what you're making.
It's so fun to hear you say that from this side of the camera, because I'm always like sitting there waiting for it, and then I'm like, I have my tea and I have my crochet, and then I always like text my answer in. So it's like so fun to see it in person.
I love it. And that's kind of funny, because even when you came into the space, like my little like studio space, you were like, wow, it's so weird to see this on like in person.
It's like a celebrity in person.
Okay, so I got the anticipation. I'm scrolling through my stuff. Okay, I got pack 9. Rainbow cotton pack 9 is what I got. Next we have. So I will be unboxing it on live. So you guys will definitely be able to see my honest reaction and how thick the strands are. And because we were looking for, I've been looking for an alternative to Joann's. I really like their KNC cotton.
Yeah.
I love Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I love being able to buy Lion Brand on sale at Joann. And I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to find an alternative, especially because I'm just getting into really using cotton for my things.
Cotton's such a nice fiber. It's so versatile for all year. And it's like, if you make wearables with it, it's a lot easier to not mess it up when you wash it.
True. Yeah. And so I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that this Hobie yarn works really well. And pink.
You know what I'm hoping? I hope that someone out there makes crochet flowers when Joann's closes and then like leaves it at the door. Like a little like, you know, because I was like, oh, they could do real flowers, but I think the crochet flowers would be even cuter.
That would be
a little
really
bouquet,
fun.
and then like they go like dressed all in black, maybe all crochet black dress or garment, and then they go and they like leave like crochet flowers and light a crochet candle. I like have this whole thing in my mind where I'm like, that'd be so
like vignette procession.
Exactly, like in black and white. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Maybe we need to do that with our crochet group.
Funny. Oh, that would be so funny. That'd be so good.
They I was just at Joann's yesterday and I overheard somebody had asked them, which like I kind of wish people would stop asking the employees, like, when is this store closing? Because you're basically asking, like, when is your job going?
Yeah.
When are you going to be jobless?
Yeah.
Like, so please stop asking the workers when the Joann's are closing, because it's such a bummer. They don't know. And I'm sure that is like incredibly daunting to like be in a position where you're like, I'm working at a craft store. And a lot of those people love working in crafts.
Yeah.
They are crafters themselves. And Joann's like a happy place for them.
Yeah.
And then you're asking like, when is this going away?
Yeah.
So like, just like a small little PSA. Like,
I don't think they like it.
I don't think that they're appreciating that. I could hear it in the employee's tone. Like, I don't know, and I can't imagine how many times a day they're being asked, and then every day.
Or like, will their sales go farther down? Like, and the employees don't know.
They don't know.
I never knew when I worked in corporate jobs. Like, corporate doesn't tell you.
Right. And so it like made me sad because I could tell that they're stressed and all that stuff. But I'm really gonna miss Joann's, and I'm hoping that like Hobie can kind of fill that in for me. Went to Michael's and it was okay. I don't remember Michael's having so few other brands than their like own house brand.
Yeah, like Loops and Threads. Yeah.
And I don't mind Loops and Threads. We had a very nice like conversation.
It's got a nice
our last
slide.
It does.
Yeah.
Do you like the cotton or the acrylic?
So I've used both. I do use the acrylic a lot for amigurumi. I generally use acrylic for amigurumi. Cotton for amigurumi is sometimes hard, doesn't slide as easy. So it just depends. But I do like the idea of using cotton more and using more natural fibers overall. But it just depends. Like if you use like an acrylics are such a range too. Like Red Heart Super Saver, a worsted so much thicker than a Loops and Thread worsted. Right. So and then your pieces end up vastly different sizes.
True.
So it just depends. So to answer your question, it depends.
Yeah. No, I have my Daisy Days tote is used with Loops and Threads.
Tote.
Thank you. Used with Loops and Threads cotton, and I didn't mind it. It took me a minute to get used to it.
Yeah.
I wish they had a lot more colors.
Yeah.
I'm loving the color section on Hobie. I really think this is gonna end up being like, I'm gonna end up being a Hobie girl. I'm not gonna lie.
I think so too.
I'm thinking it's gonna happen. And I need to check to see if my package has shipped yet, but the processing was quick. So the rumors of it like shipping really slowly, especially to the West Coast, might have improved on their shipping. So I am excited for that. I'm hoping by next week I'll be able to show you guys what we got.
Ooh.
Lexi, hi. You are working, but wanted to somehow show love. Thank you so much, Lexi. I think Lexi's part of the crochet group.
Oh, hi, Lexi. Nice to see you digitally. I know you in person. Hi.
Ava, hello. How are you doing? Lada, do you have any experience with Premier yarns?
Oh, I like Premier.
Yeah?
This is Premier Parfait.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
So I really like it. It's got the Premier Parfait is really soft. It has that same issue that I think a lot of plush yarns do, where if you have to frog it, it like sheds itself. Or if you like making a magic ring with it is like a nightmare. But otherwise I have no complaints. I really like Premier Parfait. I buy it a lot. That's like my go-to plush yarn generally.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've used it. I haven't done a whole lot of plush.
You can feel.
It is really soft. soft. Is your capybara also Premier?
Yeah, that is Premier. Yeah,
Okay,
the Premier, and then the pink cat's just like a regular worsted.
Acrylic.
That's not. Yeah, that's acrylic. Yeah.
So do you recommend it for Amigurumi plushes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It holds up well to everything. It is hard with the magic ring. You might have to do a chain 2 to start, but otherwise, yeah.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Is that what you typically do? A chain 2 instead of a magic ring?
Yeah, if I do plush, I always do a chain 2, and I just make the first chain like much tighter. And then sometimes it still is like a little bit open, and then you just use the tail and kind of sew it shut a little more.
That's what, like, because I know that there are folks who prefer doing a chain 2 to a magic ring.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like a chain 2 is more work to try to get it to like look right.
Yeah, I agree. It's more work to get it to look right, but sometimes pulling a plush yarn through that magic ring, it just like won't do it, and then it's just. It's infuriating for a project to go off the rails immediately.
Right.
You're just like
you didn't even start really stitching yet.
Like, what? Like, this isn't fair.
Okay, so, oh, there we go. Was it Loops and Threads Cotton? Yes, Loops and Threads Cotton is my Daisy Days tote.
I'm gonna feel that later. I wanna get
it's nice. It's stiff.
Yeah.
It's not as stiff as the sugar and cream cotton.
Sugar and cream cotton is what
stiff.
I used it to make the basket for the chumash, and that pulls through really hard for Amigurumi.
Yeah,
but it gave like the basket weave look. It didn't have any shine, so it gave like the idea of reed.
And then like, was it stiff?
It was
nice
stiff. Yeah, it stood right up. Yeah.
Okay.
So it works well for when you want really stiff amigurumi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that the Loops and Threads Cotton, it wasn't as stiff as Sugar and Cream, but it didn't glide as well as K&C. K&C is the Joanne's brand cotton.
I haven't tried that one, and I'm like, it'll pass me by.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you which location I went to yesterday. There was so much K&C. So if you want to do the dry,
yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
Then they have a lot of K&C yarn, and I couldn't bring myself to buy any. Because I'm trying to like. I'm trying to get through my stash, and then I just bought the Hobie, and then I am gonna get another Hooks and Eagles box. So I'm like, I need to like, we gotta save somewhere. We've gotta like, I need to have some self-control somewhere. So I did not buy any yarn yesterday, which was definitely a first for me, leaving Joann's with no yarn.
You need like one of those signs where it's like how many days without an accident, but it's like how many days without buying yarn. Yeah. It's like it would just be like 1 back to 0.
I probably only, if I crocheted it, like that would be really cute.
That would actually be really cute. Yes.
But I probably only need to crochet a 0 and a 1.
That'd be so. It's like you wouldn't have to even have a pattern for number 2. It's like there's no point. Yeah, exactly. Or you could have like the 1 hanging off, like it was torn off, and just like a 0 behind. That'd be funny.
So fun.
Like another one to like put my phone. It's so cute. Just like
that would be really, really cute. Maybe we can co-work on the pattern.
That'd be so fun. I'd love that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna do 5 of the purple.
That's so pretty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the purple, and then I'll hop to white.
Yeah.
Because I really do want to I want to hit that 12 inches, but I don't want to be here forever.
Yeah.
And I want to use as much of this purple as I can because we are stash busting.
Yes,
so
I love a good stash bust.
I want to use as much as this as possible.
My entry for the LA County Fair this year is a stash bust because like I didn't buy any yarn for it this time.
That's incredible.
I bought yarn for to get like the exact colors I wanted.
For sure.
But this year I was like, I'll just do the yarn that I have. So it's like a mix of different types of yarn, and it's just colors that I had. It was nice.
Okay, but wait, like your entry to the LA County Fair is incredible.
Thank you.
Let me pull it up, friends, so I can show you. You can see it on Yarn Over Hook. But I'll just pull up your IG. Here we go. It is so cute. So the theme was...
It's Art Unleashed.
Art Unleashed.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And you took that Art Unleashed and you unleashed. You absolutely did.
Thank
This is absolutely incredible.
I do like to stick on the theme. Not everybody who competes in the fairs sticks on the theme. And if you're ever interested in competing in fairs, it's really fun. It's usually like $4. And technically everyone can win first place because they do Dutch style judging, which I learned about last year. It just means as long as you meet criteria, you get first place. And then if you do above and beyond, you get additional awards. So like I got Judge's Award of Merit. That's like not everybody gets that.
For this piece.
For that piece, yeah. But if you, like, but as long as you meet, like, criteria, you get first place. So you basically can go home with a ribbon just doing the best you can. It's very, like, generous and kind.
I like that. I actually really like that.
It is, because people are different skills, you know.
Right. This is the piece for the LA County Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that isn't, like, the cutest thing that you guys have ever seen. It is so fun. It is so fun.
I really wanted to, like, convey movement, so it's just a dog jumping on a painting of a squirrel in, like, an art museum.
You can see a closer image.
And it's, like, it's loosely inspired by just, like, I have an Australian Shepherd who will lose his mind anytime there's an animal on the TV. Even if it's, like, a drawing of an animal, he just, like, goes nuts, you know? So it's, like, he always knows. And I could just see him going into a museum and seeing a painting of a squirrel and being like, oh my God.
That is so fun. I love it. I will have to get an update on how the fair goes and, like, what you end up getting.
I'll find out in May when it opens. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Great Things I was learning because they're a domestic company based in NC, I believe. Oh, okay, Premiere. So Premiere is here.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. Marquee. So what I do is magic ring one single stitch, then pull close.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
The stitches in the small hole, and this always tightens up for me because it's the first stitch that gets tangled.
That might just have changed. Later, I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and then I'm going to have that probably be my method from now on with plush yarn, because
Marquis,
that's so
awesome.
Smart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I do is magic ring one single crochet stitch and then pull it closed.
Yeah. Put
the rest of the stitches in the small hole.
Yeah.
And it always tightens up for me because it's the first stitch that gets tangled.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because I've only used plush yarn for Amigurumi one time, and it was for my bee. So if you guys have seen my yellow chair lives, I have a big bee that I rest my arm on.
Oh, and I want to see that in person.
I will. I'll show you.
I love bees. Yeah.
And I used the plush yarn, and I remember the magic ring giving me so much trouble. That is so smart, Marquis. Thank you.
That's really... You changed my life. Like, that's it from now on. That is because I really don't like the way the chain 2 looks. It's it's not good.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much. That's a great tip. Did you also crochet the squirrel painting?
I did. Yeah, that, I guess it's technically called, is it called tapestry crochet when you just work from right to left in rows? Yeah. So I did do that. I kind of like drew a little graph on a piece of paper and then like colored it in where I was like, okay, like the 9th square has to be brown, and then
so you didn't use stitch fiddle?
I didn't even know about it at the time. I've heard about it from you.
That is so
like later, and I was like, oh, that would have helped me. Like, I just did it with like a hand-drawn graph paper, and it's like, so I did that. And then there's some areas where later I went in with a little surface crochet over it just to really highlight, because the tail and the body was the same color, and I wanted to highlight like that the tail, it's not just one giant blob. Right. So I went in with a little surface crochet.
That dimension is really good. I'll show another picture of the squirrel.
Yeah, but it's all crocheted, and then there's like poster board inside of it to hold the shape of it, or there's like wire, like the leash I crocheted around wire, like basically floral wire, so that it like looks like it's breaking in the air.
Yeah, I was wondering how you did that, because that's really
hard.
Cool. Wait, did you use crochet wire?
No, it's on floral wire.
Floral wire. Okay.
Yeah, just like a heavy gauge wire. You can use lighter gauges, but
incredible.
However heavy whatever's gonna be on it, you have to use a heavier gauge of wire to work with it. So like the person is wired too. There's like a wire skeleton inside. Yeah.
I love seeing amigurumi with wire skeletons inside.
Yeah, it's not hard to do
pose
either.
It and stuff. I want to try it with what are they called? Siamese, those little glow in the dark dolls.
Oh,
if you walk around my apartment some more, you'll see them.
I'd like them.
The one that reading the book right there.
It's not the ones that go like in like the
no.
Those are cute.
That one right there reading a book.
I love that.
There's a crochet pattern for it.
And do you have the glow in the dark yarn?
You would get glow in the dark yarn.
Yeah, I have some. I love it. It works really well. Like I make ghosts for it around Halloween. Little ghosts, and I make little ghost keychains that I like will sometimes sell at an art fair because people can see their keys in their purse. Then I'm like, it's an all-year ghost.
That is so
it's like your purse is haunted, but like helps you find your keys.
Oh my gosh, we might have to do an amigurumi with Alexis and crochet little glow in the dark ghosties.
I do. I just found at Joann's when I went recently a glow in the dark pink yarn, and I haven't tried putting it in the sun yet, but I'm very excited. It's the same brand as the white that I have, so I'm excited to try it and see, does it glow pink? Is it just kind of like the same color?
Right.
Normally it's that green, so I'm excited to see. Yeah.
True. Tapestry, yes, that is so cool. Yeah, that is really, really cool.
Thank you.
So you combined several mediums in that piece.
I try to. I really like to bite off more than I can chew, basically, and like challenge myself to do something different. So like that last year's had micro, this year had tapestry, and had a lot more wiring and just, you know, different kinds of stitches. Because since I basically like grew up in Amigurumi, I'm like really into like single crochet and like half double crochet. Right. So I have to try and do new stitches. So I did new, like all the beautiful stitches you know how to do. I tried to do some new ones in there that I, not in there, but in this year's entry that I had never done before.
That is so smart because then you get to practice different ways to crochet. Okay, so Marquis, I've snapped it so many times before figuring that out. No, that is such a good tip, Marquis.
So much plush yarn has been wasted.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Yeah. I remember when I finished my bee, because I was crocheting it with my mom and my niece. We each have one.
Yeah.
And I remember all the little like pieces that we had like lying around, and then all of the like plush like all over our clothes and on the ground from just trying to pull it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that is an awesome tip.
I'm gonna absolutely do that.
So you were talking about trying out new stitches and stuff like that, and new mediums and like techniques in crochet.
Yeah.
You had mentioned earlier that you're not very good at granny squares.
I am not good at it.
But like it's obvious that you are a proficient crocheter.
Yeah.
So I hope so. I find it, oh my gosh, come on now. I find it interesting that, which is just so amazing about like crochet and just the medium of crochet in general, is that there's so many different things that you can make, and it's all so vastly different that like everybody can be like a not expert, but like a just hugely proficient in one medium of crochet and not in the other. Like there are people who love doing blankets. They're just consistent with blankets.
I've never made a blanket. Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, and so like, and they can whip out a blanket in like a couple days. They're like, here's a blanket, full king size bed,
like a little typewriter.
And they'll just like whip it out like super fast. And then there's like you that's just like, here's a whole dinner spread of all the cultures in and I micro crocheted and used the hook that's 0.5.
Yeah.
And but like this is also this, and then this I freehanded, and then I put some wire in here. Like, and it's
so
just like
funny.
It's wild how like and it's all the same thing. Yeah. It's all crochet.
And it's just all the same, like, I know you've said this before, and this is what I've always used. It's all the same, like, Legos. It's just like, how do you put those Legos together?
Those pieces together.
Yeah.
And I feel like crochet is an amazing culmination of, like, you've seen the Lego movie, right?
I love the Lego movie.
Okay, and so how you can, what do they call the people who are, like, basically free thinkers? The free...
Oh.
Do you remember what the term is?
I can't remember.
Does anybody remember what they call them?
I love the Craggle, but I can't think of, like...
Because they call them something, the people who, the, like, little figures who are able to create just from their imagination. I feel like crocheters are like that.
Yeah.
Like we take those pieces and we're like, oh, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this very intricate dinner spread of all the cultures in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like it's so incredible. And then even like your granny square.
Yeah.
Like those are all basic stitches.
Yeah. This luckily I just did. So like I was looking at pictures of beautiful granny squares online, and I was like, okay, so I kind of like get what they're doing. I think like mostly what happened is that when I started crocheting with Amigurumi, I kept trying to challenge myself. So I kept doing more absolutely bonkers patterns, and then the next one would be even weirder than that. So then I never learned how to do like normal math for granny squares, and then I just like, and then when I tried, because I had like my brother-in-law, they were gonna have a baby, and I was like, I'm gonna make them a granny square little blanket with like a cute little fox amigurumi head, and the fox head, adorable, but I couldn't get the blanket. It's still in a drawer, and their daughter's 3. But I made her other things instead. Like I made like her cute hats and different things, but I was and like it sits there and it mocks me, and I'm like, I'm gonna figure you out because it's a really cute pattern. And I was like, you're not gonna win.
Oh no.
It's so silly.
Yeah, I think that I find that so interesting because it's like I like making wearables. I like making blankets. I wouldn't say that which is honestly very true to my character. I wouldn't say that I'm more proficient in one over the other. for things. Like trying to think about like all the things that I make. That might also be like, because I'm a perfectionist, that I have to be good at every single one that I try.
It's like I remade everything I ever so many times because I'm like, it's not quite right, you know. It's just
and it's just like I'm definitely a person that's like, if I want to be good at something, I want to be good at like all aspects of that something. But I'll have to like really think and see if there's something, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm so good at making all the things. I think I'm like pretty average at making all the things.
I think you're an incredibly talented artist. I mean, you're an incredibly talented artist generally, and you're an incredibly talented crochet artist.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
It's so true. And like your instructional videos are so clear. Like I wish I had your magic ring video when I learned to do magic ring, because I don't know if they still do it, but when you get the Woobles kits, the magic ring came done. So
they still do that.
Yes. Okay, so like when I first started, I didn't learn how to make that. I just moved forward, and then I had to watch a video every time I made a magic ring, and it was like, it took like 15 minutes to start. But your magic ring video, I'm like, oh my god, there it is in like 40 seconds.
Thank you so much.
It's so helpful. Actually, link it now in my patterns to your magic ring and your decrease. I link directly in my patterns so people can like learn how, and click it and it takes it to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I remember it taking me a while to get the magic ring down. My mom and I were learning it together. And it took me a while to get it down. Master builders, that's what they're called.
Oh, master build, I like that.
Yes, master builders.
Oh my god, we should be like the master builders of crochet.
We are. We're master.
Like that. Master crocheters.
Yeah, that's so easy.
That sounds
master.
I don't know. We'll think
workshop it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out because I like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Taking little stitches, like it's just incredible. Taking a single stitch and just creating.
Yeah,
I'm just glad that this is here for like a great example of just like what crochet can do.
I was really impressed with how real the in and out looks. Like,
the in and out is insane.
I'll post a picture of it on Yarn Over Hook, and I'll post like the little video, and like I was so proud of it like when I made it. And I still am. I think it's the most incredible thing I've made, and it's just like it was so fun to do. Yeah.
No, that is so. It's just it's incredible. It's incredible. And again, like taking that as like each stitch is like a Lego piece, and then because even the master builders all are masters of specific parts in the Lego movie. Like one was better at doing this, one was better at doing that. Like those kinds of things. And I feel like that's very applicable to crochet, being able to like in Legos. You make so many different things. You can make castles. You can make building replicas. You can make figures. You can make gardens. You can make just characters. You can make roller coasters. Like all kinds of things.
I love Legos.
I do too.
They're so fun.
And I wouldn't say that I would be one that likes to build buildings. I like flowers. My mom also like loves flowers, and is taking everything in me not to buy every single kit.
The Lego flower, the new Lego kits that have been coming out are amazing.
So cute.
They're so
I just have the cherry blossom one, and there's a new flower stem one.
Yeah, it's like that's adorable.
And it's just like I feel like it's a similar kind of thing. Like like you're incredibly proficient in Amigurumi. I would say maybe my thing is like blankets, like corner to corner.
Yeah.
I really like making corner to corner blankets.
Corner to corner. I haven't made a blanket, but conceptually that seems like the smartest way to go.
I cannot sing the praises enough, and you guys already know it. You know it. It's coming. Made by Goody, Gootie. Made by Goody's patterns are incredible for corner to corner blankets. I just need to contact her because I need to like send her a gift card or something because I love her patterns. Love her corner to corner. If you have not tried corner to corner, like 10 out of 10 would recommend, especially for beginners trying out a blanket. And so if you want to get into blanket making, I will send you some patterns by Made by Goody. Good Stash Buster. That's what I did for the... Oh, it's here behind you.
Oh.
No, you don't have to pull it out.
Okay.
The mini bean corner to corner blanket from the lives that I was doing. And then this one is a corner to corner blanket. Both the blankets actually behind you are corner to corner. And then my mustard series blanket will be corner to corner. I've picked which one I want to do, so we might be starting that next week. But I will send you those links.
Please.
Made by Goody.
Because I would love to. I have like a cousin who's gonna have a baby, and I'm like, I want to make them something.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do corner to corner blanket
because it'll be small. So then you can actually like really practice it without committing to like a huge blanket.
And I can get some of the cotton from Hobie, and love that because I would love to use cotton for like a baby blanket. It's,
Yes. Awesome. Okay, let me catch up with some comments. Rock the vote, friends. You guys are rocking that vote. I'll talk about the results or what we currently have in a minute. Thank you, Lotta. Marky, yes, I feel that because I've come to a point where I can take a picture and just crochet it like a character. That is so awesome.
You're a 3D printer. So awesome. You're a human 3D printer.
I saw your April Fool's joke on that.
I had this April Fool's post on my Instagram where I was like, you want to see my cool yarn 3D printer? You just insert yarn filament and out comes like project. And then the next picture was like just my hand. I was like, it's me.
So Marky, you are a 3D printer master builder of crochet.
Exactly. That was so many people like messaged me privately and they were like, that was really good. And I was like,
I was seriously sitting on that first image like, what? Wait, really?
What is this?
And then I flipped and I was like, all right. I forgot what day it was.
Last year for April Fool's, I put one of my crochet hooks in a Jell-O mold, and then I pretended that my cat did it. So that was really fun. I love to do like something silly for April Fool's.
That is so funny.
I like love it. It's
my gosh.
I love like good vibes. Just fun times.
Now I'm like really excited for next year to see what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so our current results: 13 votes in. Have you ever written a pattern? Only 8% said yes, 62% said no, but I want to, and 31% said no, not my thing. That is so awesome. Do you have any tips on writing patterns?
Read a lot of patterns, like practice making a lot of stuff that people make, and then not to practice the skills necessarily, but to see how they translate like the concept in their mind into it. Don't be discouraged, and don't be discouraged. You can do it. It just takes time. People pattern test for free for friends constantly and like rely on pattern testers. That people catch things all the time in my patterns and I'm like, wow, I can't believe that was in there. Like that math did not make sense. So it's easy to make that mistake. And just because somebody else has like a loaf cat, like write the loaf cat. Like maybe you'll have a fresh take on it. Maybe you'll just find a new way to express like a cat as a loaf or whatever you want to write. Like take the chance, have confidence, and some actual like constructive things would be include lots of pictures and because that's always very helpful. And I find that you can't be overly wordy when you're trying to explain a concept if you really want to convey something to someone. And don't assume that people know how to do invisible decreases and some of those more complicated.
Don't assume. Really good one. Don't assume that people are going to know what you mean when you say something.
Yeah.
Like, think of it as I've only written one pattern and there are several that I really want to write and do. I freehanded this case for my DS.
I like that.
Thank you.
I love the texture.
Thank you. Yeah. This is the even berry stitch, and so I wanted to make a berry themed case.
That's cute.
Thank you. So I freehanded this one and I want to write a pattern for it.
I'd buy that pattern.
Oh, thank you.
It's adorable.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people have 3DSs still.
I do.
Do you really? Yeah. Okay, we'll have to talk about this later. I wish that we could still do
and it's in like a Zelda case. Yeah. Oh.
Because I think that they turned off the online stuff, so we can't play together. But we can like sit next to each other.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that would still be like very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I freehanded this one, and I really want to make a pattern for it. But like, oh my gosh, writing patterns seems so daunting.
It can,
and even like my
my
first pattern that I wrote was my heart granny square pattern because I wanted a heart granny square, but that didn't have gapping and spacing in the corners because like a solid granny square sometimes isn't fully solid. Like here in the corner, it'll have the gapping from the chain 3 or the chain 2 that you put.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that didn't have gapping. That was a truly solid square.
Yeah.
And so I wrote the pattern for it and I had my mom test it. Thanks, Mom. Because at the time I didn't have like crochet friends who I could like reach out to and like, hey, can you test this pattern for me?
Yeah.
And I was also rushing. So I think like take your time is a really good, that's a really good tip.
Testing for other people is how I got into finding people who would test for me. So like as long as I'm willing to put those hours in to help them, they're always willing to help. You build a nice relationship with someone.
Right.
And like they really, when you test, they really do want all the criticisms, like in a nice way, you know, like they want to know everything wrong, where it's like, even if like the picture really should be on the left of the page instead of the right, like silly things. I always really appreciate when I have testers who are very clear about like how they would like things done, and most of the time I make those changes. Sometimes I'm like, that's not the vibe, but I appreciate the idea. I'll keep it for later.
Thank you, but
just like, no, thank you. Like, thank you next. But yeah, testing for other people really helps.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good tip. Definitely a good tip.
That builds confidence too, because then you see the mistakes other people make, you know, and you're like, oh, okay, like that makes sense.
And then you know, like, oh, okay, yeah, it does take some time to really write a pattern. Because there's been I chatted with a crochet friend about writing a pattern for something that they had made. And their fear is getting like slammed by people that are like, you copied this pattern from so-and-so, you copied this pattern from so-and-so.
Yeah.
And I know that like you have to be careful about copying. Yeah. I mean, come on, like we learned that in high school, like not to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel as though there are some folks who take a common, like this. Yeah. Like if I took this granny square and was like, this is my pattern, you cannot replicate it. That would be absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
Because I really like my Volare pillows. I could be like, angry. That is ridiculous. Rabble. Because granny squares are so old.
They're so old, and there's so many like techniques that have just been going on forever, since before people were like taking pictures and like
So sometimes when people like cry wolf with regard to copyright, I feel like I'm like, okay, so there are some legitimate cases for sure. Yeah. Like you can like, oh yeah, you absolutely just copied and paste that pattern. But to like claim something that is so common, it would be like, this is a double crochet and this is my double crochet. Nobody else can use this double crochet when it's exactly the same technique. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, I see that happen all the time, and I personally never engage in being like the conversation of like, well, they copied. Like sometimes I'll think of a pattern, I'll be like, oh, I should write this, and then like I'll look it up to see, do other people have that, and it already exists like 1,000 times. Like we all sometimes naturally will think of something that already exists, you know, and if I had written that pattern, it's not copying, it's just like we're all humans rolling around together, like sometimes we all have the same ideas. I don't think you should let that hold you back. I understand. I mean, haters will hate. Sometimes people
hate
keyboard warriors. Yeah, I do. That's so funny. Like, I don't know anybody else who says that.
I've been saying that for so long.
Forever.
Potatoes gonna hate, potatoes gonna potato.
Oh my god, Andrew was probably listening right now, and he's like, Alexa says that all the time. But yeah, people like, you know, people will say mean things if they want, and you can just delete their comment. You know, just like, that's fine.
Because you know what's also crazy in the pattern world right now is that oh wait, I want to catch up with comments, so I'm gonna have to remember that. Hi Wendy, how are you? Thank you for joining. Welcome. We are 3D printing crocheters, yes. And on top of that, I made 3D printed accessories for Amigurumi. Will sew for our eyes, claws, and spikes for a dino. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Did you see that picture that Marky posted on Yarn Over Hook?
I'm gonna have to look.
I'll show you.
I would love to see.
So she and her husband are working on 3D printing pieces for Amigurumi.
Oh my god,
so like if you have dolls, you can have shoes and like a purse,
oh my god, that's so cute.
Isn't that so cute?
I love
and
that.
And we are protecting Marquis, so should we see that in public somewhere else, we know that Marquis came up with that idea, so we got you, Marquis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is the evidence that you were the first person, and right here, so we got you. Lana, awesome. Marquis, that's really good to know, because I'm trying to write a pattern for the dino with the 3D parts, and I had no clue how to get testers. And so we actually have a section on Yarn Over Hook as well in our forums where you can post your tester call, like make like a little poster, whatever you'd like, or keep it really simple with just text. And just let us know, like, hey, I'm looking for testers, blah, 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 blah. Like, the forum section on Yarn Over Hook is there so that we can connect. We can get that community aspect and, like, uplifting each other, sharing stores and connecting crocheters from around the world with stores in their area that they might not know about, as well as, like, finding testers, asking questions, posting your pets. And all those things. So
all the wonderful community things.
Yes, when you're on Yarn Over Hook, definitely take advantage of the forums section. Okay, what was I pinning? I pinned it, and it was like we were talking about patterns. Oh, the drama right now on like going after pattern testers. It's not like a huge thing, it's not a huge drama thing, but it is a thing I feel like that's become pretty common with not pattern testers, pattern writers. People who write patterns. They write a pattern, they take photos, the pattern is free, they post a tutorial, video tutorial, everything, and it's all free. They're open for questions, all the things.
Yeah.
And then people will like rake them over the coals.
Oh, yeah.
Because like they don't like how the pattern was written,
yeah.
or they think that it was poorly written, or they think this or that.
If you don't have something nice to say, why say it?
I don't say it at all. It's just like, why?
It's different if you're like
you write a pattern.
I know, and it's different if you're like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but your math doesn't math like privately.
Right.
Like people have told me that before, and I've told people that like, hey, I love your pattern, but like this number's wrong, and then they're like, thank you for telling me.
Right.
And then they fixed it.
Right.
You know, but don't like publicly shame them.
Right.
It's just, like, it's so awful.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I know. I'm getting close to like where the butt is. How do you feel about like when you see crochet cats? How do you feel about like the butt when people put the cross?
I think it's so cute.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
If you are too modest with that portion of the cat, then you don't know cats.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Toshi, because Toshi doesn't even have a tail. Just like it's like there it is.
There now. Because cats are not modest.
No,
about that.
and they want the butt scratches. They're always like, hello. Yeah.
No, I think you absolutely need to put like an X there.
I've made cats for people as gifts or like orders, and I always ask them. I'm like, okay, you know, how do you feel about the butt? And then I always have to be like, just so you know, like some people put like a cross on the butt. Like, do you like that? Like, I like it, but some people don't. And they're like, generally everyone said yes.
Okay, so I was like, was there anybody who was like? Huh?
I haven't yet seen someone say no to it.
Okay, because that's what my thing really is like, okay, if you don't want that little accent on your little cat plushie, then you don't know cats.
Yeah. It's like, that's a normal part of cats.
But I mean, judge free zone. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But still, that's an essential piece of a cat.
I agree.
A cat plushie.
Yeah. I agree completely.
Wow, you like crocheted up that really quickly.
I know. I brought enough yarn to make a second so they can be little twins.
Oh, cute. Yeah. Are they based on the cats that you have?
So not me actually, but the writer of the pattern, who is Kieran Meow Crochet, she based these patterns on her cats. So she has one for each of her cats, and this one's her Siamese.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
So cute. Yeah.
So cute. I love it. I love it. Okay, there was something else that I had wanted to ask you. I'm trying to remember. What was I going to ask you? Oh, when you're crocheting, what is it that you like to have on? Do you watch anything? Do you listen to music, podcasts, books, audiobooks? And crochet friends, what do you like? Do you like to watch something, have something in your ear, be in complete and utter silence? That's an option too, I guess.
I've never done utter silence, but like I could try it sometimes. Typically, I like
my
lo-fi.
thoughts would be too loud.
Yeah, my thoughts would be too loud. I get distracted by some other thought, and then I would lose count.
Exactly.
Like I need like a white noise experience.
Exactly.
So like I love like my preference, and I crochet the fastest with like lo-fi or like
Same.
or like on like. Online, I listen to Studio Ghibli Cafe. It's like just Studio Ghibli jazz. I like love that, so that's my preference. And then if I'm not into that, then I'll like binge something, you know, like a TV show or something. But my preference is lo-fi. That's when I do the best work and I have the least amount of mistakes. Yeah. Although I do love podcasts, I love audiobooks, but I can't do those when it's complicated because I get too invested in.
If I'm watching something, it has to be a simple mindless project.
Yeah.
Because I really do like watching true crime while I crochet.
Like a universal woman experience. We all love true crime.
I know.
It's like we're all relaxing. It's like something like absolutely dark.
That's my relaxing time.
Yeah.
And it's just not. It's like the least relaxing content.
I was just talking to. I went to a Shireen festival yesterday with Cara Cali Designs, and she was talking about how much she loves true crime podcasts to relax, like to go to bed. And I was like, I get it. Like I feel the same way.
My bestie will listen to a true crime podcast or like a thriller. I think I'm gonna tie that actually.
Yeah.
A thriller book that she's reading to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But cool. Let's see what you guys like to do. Wendy, I love true crime.
Yeah.
Mars, I watch Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
What is your favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
Oh, so it depends. I want to say like almost all of them, if not all of them.
That's such a hard question, right?
Yeah, I mean like my comfort is like Kiki's Delivery Service and My Neighbor Totoro. Those I like grow up with. As far as like the one that I would say like is the most impactful, it's probably like Nazca Valley of the Winds. Like that's like absolutely the most impactful. I love Pompoko. Wait, is that Studio Ghibli?
Yeah.
That is. For a second I was like, wait a second. So I love Pompoko.
Yeah, there are a couple of those films that you're like, wait, is that Studio Ghibli?
Yeah,
I think it's
like
because some of them are Studio Ghibli but not Miyazaki.
Yeah, that's
and
probably
then some are Miyazaki but not Studio Ghibli.
I have a dog named Tanuki, so I love Pompoko. And I just like, I really love them all. Which one's your favorite?
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
My first one was Spirited Away.
That's a good first one.
It is a good first one. For people getting introduced into Studio Ghibli, I definitely recommend Spirited Away.
Yeah.
I love Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh my god, like romance dreams. Like so sweet.
Like that was like, I feel like that was my first like peek into like top tier romance was Howl's Moving Castle.
He's waited for her for so long. I've always told, I just recently got my hair cut and I asked my hairstylist, I was like, do I have gray hair yet? He's like, you've got like 3 in the back. And he's like, do you want to pluck them? I'm like, no, it's fine. And then I was like, I love like Howl's Moving Castle. Like her hair is touched by starlight. And I was like, that's it. Someday it'll all be touched by starlight.
Yeah, I love it. I really, really love it. I tend to, like, if I want to watch something cozy while I'm crocheting, I'll put on Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Or like Adventure Time, Steven Universe,
That's
like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But I love a cozy watch.
Same.
To contrast like my true crime watches.
Sometimes I just put ambiance on. I love ambiance. Like that's really nice, like an ambiance fireplace or an ambiance Studio Ghibli.
Too. I do when it's like really cold. I'll put on like ambiance like lo-fi fireplace.
Yeah.
I'll put on while I'm crocheting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
Me too.
Let's see. Oh, the vote has not changed, but we have increased. Definitely no, but I want to. Yeah, I really should just practice writing patterns. I feel like
I test for you anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will test for you too. Just let me know.
It's really fun. It becomes immensely easier as you get used to it. And once you have like the template document down, then it's like immensely easier. You know, I've changed my template document over time, and now that I have like the version that I did for my Elote cat, that's like the template document I use now for everything.
Oh, okay,
so like my Easter egg pattern, I just redid it all to Elote cat.
Oh, okay,
because like that sample of like how the pictures lay out and how I like
right.
the
So like finding that formatting is
just,
like half the work.
Yeah,
'cause then you can just fit your pattern into that.
Yeah, then it's just clicking in the pictures and then like then you know like okay, normally when I do this type of stitch, like I need a picture to explain like what I'm doing.
Oh, that's so smart. Because then like it's almost like a checklist, like a built-in checklist that you've made for yourself for pattern writing.
Yeah, learning the template, and you can just do it in Pages or Microsoft Word. You don't have to have like special documents to do it. I mean, some people do it in Adobe Acrobat.
I just had the pattern that I tested for the Daisy Days tote. Yeah. She wrote that pattern in Canva.
Yeah.
Because I forget you can do PDF patterns in Canva.
There you go. Then yeah, I find that it's very easy to do it in anything. You just like make the template and you're good to go.
Yeah, write the pattern, friends.
Yeah, just
write
do
the pattern. You want to do pattern writing, just write the pattern.
Yep.
And then it'll be up you'll just go from there. You'll just go from there. I love that. I love that so much. So you said that you went to a shearing event yesterday. How was that?
Oh, it was so fun. So I'm really interested in natural fibers, even though I do mostly work in acrylic. And it was at Hana Field in Costa Mesa in Southern California. And they had all these kinds of goats and sheep, and they sheared them. And the goats and sheep like love it. And like they're so excited to get sheared because it's like a giant haircut. Like
I'm sure, and it's warming up here.
And it's warming up.
They're like, please get this off.
And like the wool, when it comes off them, it can be like 20 pounds. Ooh. And it's not just wool that's that 20 pounds. It's the lanolin that they excrete, that they express, like that we use as hand lotion. And it's so heavy, but they're so cute and they love chin scratches. And it just like was really fun to see like how they take the wool and then they like card it, which is just kind of like brushing it into like nice flat workable pieces, and then they use that later to make yarn. So it was just really interesting to learn the whole process.
Oh, that is so cool. Did you get anything?
I ended up buying, I bought a scrunchie. Actually, I have it with me. I bought this scrunchie that is woven.
It is so cute.
Yeah, exactly.
And you love purple.
I do love purple. That's made by I Otterly Love You. And it was this lovely woman who was there with her daughter. And her daughter was crocheting with this yarn. And it was like she was just starting out, I think. And I was like, starting with plush yarn, you are committed.
Right,
and
that's
like,
brave.
She's brave. And I was like, you're a brave little girl, and she had it. She finished that piece that day. I just saw her starting in the afternoon, and she finished it by that night.
Oh my god!
I utterly love you on Instagram, and I was like, I really love it. It was great to meet you. And then I was like, I hope your daughter's piece went well. And she's like, she finished it, and I was like, amazing.
Oh, that is so fun. And so this was woven then.
Yeah, she wove it. She had like an antique like loom that like the kind you see in like old Victorian documentaries, but it was like miniaturized.
That is so fun.
Made it into that. I mean, I love all fiber arts, so I'm fascinated by all of it, but it was just really cool to see, and just different things people do. And
I'm sorry, which fiber is that one?
This one, I'm sorry, I was saying I love all fiber arts, but this one I think was just a cotton that she wove on like a flat, and then she sewed it together. But I love all the fiber arts. They're all so interesting.
Oh, that is so fun. I've never been to a shearing event. There are several happening this month. I'm wondering if it's like shearing season because it's warming up.
I think it must be. I think 1 or 2 times a year sheep get sheared.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of shearing events happening this month. If you have not checked out the events calendar on Yarn Over Hook, we have several events on there, as well as like shearing events that we're adding as they pop up. We're coming across so many shearing events, so definitely keep an eye out on the calendar on Yarn Over Hook and see if there's a shearing event in your area, and you can go and check that out, and you'll maybe give some chin scratching.
Chin scratching. You'll meet some other fiber artists, because everybody generally who goes is either interested in sheep or they're interested in working with fiber, and it's just nice to talk to other people. And like, I saw lots of crocheters, I saw lots of other fiber artists. It was just really fun. People were wearing like, they're dressed in their homemade things. It was really fun to see.
Oh, that is so fun. That is so fun. I feel like I've only gone to one Fiber Fest, and it was the SoCal Fiber Fest last year in November. You said that you went too. I'm wondering if we did.
I bet we did. Yeah, it's only been going on for 2 years, so I've gone both years. Yeah,
okay.
It's relatively new.
So I noticed when I went that it tends to be, and you kind of touched on this earlier when you were talking about the shawl that you made, and seeing it from across the way, being like, that's crochet. Yeah, finally a crochet.
Like
booth.
That's it. Yeah,
it's such a bummer going to fest sometimes and feeling like
it's all
crochet is an afterthought.
Yeah, it's really surprising and kind of like too bad, because like we're in it, we're invested in the tools and the use, and it's just we don't have the same representation.
Yeah, I feel like, and it's interesting because, and I've been seeing this more and more, I've been seeing more people saying it, that like crochet uses more yarn than knitting.
Yeah, it does. Like per square inch, it takes more to do crochet, and that's why it's like heavier.
Right.
Yeah, because it uses more yarn.
And then Riri posted on Yarn Over Hook a really good mathematical breakdown that crochet uses more yarn.
Yeah.
And so I find it interesting then that like Fiberfest stores, like things like that, don't then lean heavy into crochet.
We'd be dropping more dollars. Right. Like, but yeah, like it always takes more yarn to make a crochet pattern
than a knitting pattern. And so I find it interesting that then it's just like crochet is an afterthought.
Yeah.
You would think, and especially with big box stores closing like Joann's, you would try and like bring in those crocheters because we're going to those big box stores because we can buy a lot of yarn for less.
Yeah.
But if we had another option that catered to like we need to buy a lot more yarn, then we would go with that option.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering now, and I've only seen this like briefly, somebody had mentioned it, that they noticed the local yarn stores in their area were lowering their prices because they found more people are coming in because of the closing of Joann's.
Oh, wow.
And so they've been lowering their prices in their stores.
That's nice.
Because like they can now.
Yeah.
Like it's not...
They're having more people come. Yeah. That's nice, because it is nice to support a small local yarn shop, more than a big chain in a way. So that is really nice. And that's because that's someone too who's invested in the craft the same as you, even if it's knitting or if it's weaving or if it's whatever, they too find passion in it. So much passion that they make a business out of it. Yeah. That's really nice.
Gigi, I really like Pocoroso.
Yeah. I love Pocoroso.
That one's a good one. That's a good Ghibli.
That's so good.
That's pretty. Oh, which one? I feel like we missed something. Wendy. I feel like we've shown a lot of pretty things. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
Let me show this cute little guy.
Oh my gosh, right.
Look at this Beet purse.
It's so cute.
technically it's not amigurumi, but it's working in the round, you know, and just like, I love this.
The detail on the roots are so good.
It reminds me a little bit of like the radish spirit from Spirited Away. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, so cute. Does this just go up?
Yeah, so it just opens like this, and then there's a little drawstring bag in there. Yeah.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh, this is soft. What yarn did you use?
You know, this might actually be a cotton. I think it's an acrylic. I'll have to look when I go home.
It looks like an acrylic, but it feels really soft. Did you use a soft acrylic?
I think it's either a soft acrylic or cotton. I have like a yarn key at home that I put like a sample of every yarn I buy with like taped onto its label, and then I have them all on a ring.
Smart.
Yeah, it's like a little yarn Rolodex. Oh, so I'll color match it. Yeah, I'll color match it when I get home. But it's just really cute. It's from Brooks Imagining, and she has like the cutest bags patterns, and like she's a cat one that I want to make next. And it's like a giant. It looks kind of like a lucky cat.
Oh, like the Maneki Neko?
Yeah, exactly. It's so cute, and I love her stuff. And I just like love beets. You know, I don't love necessarily eating them. Sometimes I think they taste like dirt. But like they're really pretty, and they're just like, it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty thing. And then you get this effect on the bottom just by splitting the yarn. Just with
that is
yarn
like
needle,
so
you know?
smart. That is so
it works
smart.
really well.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I definitely want to crochet more bags.
Yes.
Especially for this summer. I want like more like summery cute bags.
Yeah.
And I feel like the kit that I bought, the like pack that I bought from Hobby, I'll probably just end up making a ton of granny squares just to like test it out.
That's a good idea.
Because it comes with a bunch of different colors. Yeah. And I can just do a bunch of different color like striping. Yeah. And make granny squares and then put them into a bag. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do so I can test them out.
I mean, I love the look. I haven't made one yet because of my issues with granny squares. But I will get better at them.
You will. I believe in you.
I want to. I can do it.
You can totally do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to. So I did 3 rows of this white, or this creamy color. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the purple, and I did 3 of the white. And I feel like I want to go back to the purple.
I don't know what color they use to join. So I thought they're getting hundreds of these granny squares. I thought that they just run them through a sewing machine because like who has the time? But they have crochet volunteers who are just there crocheting all of them together. So I'll be there Tuesday doing that with them. But it's just so interesting. I definitely thought they were just gonna, you know, use a sewing machine and just be like whatever. But they literally have people sitting there. They have posted videos of it being crocheted together.
Wow,
it's so interesting.
So maybe I will keep that in mind.
Yeah. So I don't know if like that influences your color choice for the edge.
Let's measure and see where we are.
Yeah. What do you think? If you had to guess.
Oh, the scrunchie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the scrunchie is great.
Oh, yeah, that is really beautiful.
Thank you so much,
I'll stretch it out and you can see like the really pretty, like, it's really cool. She had me work on her loom a little bit. It was fascinating.
Okay, so we are at 8 inches.
I was going to say 9, but
close.
I was going to guess.
Yeah. You're close.
Yeah.
Do they have like a little bit of give? Like, does it have to be exactly 12?
It just says on the flyer 12 by 12.
12 by 12.
It doesn't say. And I did 12 by 12 without factoring in that it will stretch. I just was like as a base level.
Okay. So I'm at 8 inches with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, each of my rows are about 1 inch.
Oh, that's nice. That looks so good.
Thank you.
You're making me less afraid of granny squares.
It's just, it is so funny. I'm just sitting here. This is I feel like such a basic crochet thing, and you like made a whole cat.
I know. I'm gonna do the ears, and then I'm gonna save the butt for last. But I love this. It's so fun.
Okay, I think I am gonna go ahead and switch to purple because yarn over hook is mostly purple with a little bit of cream.
Yeah. So you could always finish it with a tiny white. But again, what if it's joined with like a black or something, and then you don't know like what it'll look like. So I don't know.
Fine. Yeah. I might do like 1 row at the end of white.
Yeah.
Like, so that the last bit of purple stands out.
Yeah.
So no matter what color is used with that last row of white, the main purple, white, and purple are still the focal point. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
I totally understand what you're saying, and I think that makes sense because then you're not breaking up the last purple row with like whatever they finish it with.
Exactly. You know, because I want the purple to be like really...
You and I are both doing the same thing that we do with the Volare, where we it sits here. It's a shelf. So have you ever noticed, like, when you be working, if a ball rolls away, you can get up and walk away and pick up the thing without having to take any of this off?
I walk around the house, and my husband is like, Oh, speaking of husbands, we were going to talk about crochet husbands.
We both have them.
We both have crochet husbands who help us with our crochet. So what does your crochet husband do?
Well, when I did that Amigurumi August challenge where I made one whole piece every day, I had intended to do like all the social media posting myself and make reels. And by the end of the night, like day 2, I was like crying. I was like, I'm so tired.
No.
This isn't working. So he like took over and he made incredible like stop motion videos for me for all of my pieces. So that whole month, minus like the first 2 days, I have these like incredible. That's what that stop motion video with the Jane Goodall. He did the video.
Sweet.
Yeah, he has an incredible like eye for recognizing that kind of stuff. So I always like get his help on visually how things should look and like how. Even when I make wearables, like, is this long enough? Like those kinds of general questions, but he helps me with like the artistry. And he's also like really, really interested in all of it, which is really nice. Even if he doesn't actually crochet, I've taught him a little bit, mainly for like flight anxiety, like, cause it's like something you can do flying.
Yeah.
I've taught him a little bit, but he is so helpful when it comes to figuring out how something should visually look. And it's just nice to have a fresh pair of eyes.
Right.
And also, he never says anything about me buying yarn.
I think that's the best.
Yeah, I come home with it and he's like, that's okay. Yeah, exactly. And he always will go with me to the shearing festival. He'll go with me to all the things.
That is so fun. Yeah. Oh, that is so nice. I feel like my crochet husband, he is so helpful with my projects. He'll help me from the beginning to the end. I'll be in the store and I'm like, he'll be at home working or even at work. Yeah. I'm like, hey, can you video chat real quick? Can you step aside like for just a second? And he's like, yeah. And we'll video chat and I'm holding up skeins. Yeah. And I'm like, how do these colors look? Yeah. How do these colors look? He works in animation. He's an artist. Yeah. So he understands that color theory stuff. Yeah. I don't. I kind of just pick what colors I like and just go with it. Yeah. So I will consult him for like color combos and stuff like that, and then I'm making it, especially wearables. He'll be very helpful and very honest about like, I don't know if that works here. Can you make this bigger here? Can you make this smaller here? What if you make this longer? What if you make this shorter? I can definitely trust his opinion in that. And then his biggest job is just to make sure that my yarn doesn't stop. So I will give him the skein or the cake and he'll hold it and pull out the yarn for me.
That's so nice.
So
I'll get one of these.
Okay.
I dropped my little clip, but I'll grab it.
I have one here.
Oh, I got it. It's okay.
Okay.
I come with 400.
I will be sitting there. I'll give it to him. Yeah. And we'll be watching just whatever. We'll be watching stuff. The last thing we were watching Severance. Yeah.
I've heard good things, but I want to watch it.
Definitely recommend.
I love the guy who's Ben from Parks and Rec. Yes. So I'm excited to see.
Completely different character. He's
but
really
still,
great.
like, I just love it. Yeah.
So we're watching Severance. Yeah. And I'll bring out my crochet and I'll just yeet and like throw the yarn onto his lap, and then he knows that's the signal that he needs to pull the yarn so that I can work. And he'll sit there and he's just
wait till you get that yarn spinner. He's gonna be out of work. He's gonna have to find something else to do. Oh, no. Unless you don't want to put him out of work.
I just won't use it around him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he'll pull and pull and pull, and it's so cute because if he gets to a knot or gets stuck, he's like he'll do like a lowercase scream.
So cute.
He'll just like nudge me. He'll nudge me like
That's so cute. I love that
because he doesn't know what to do, and he's like, "There's a knot." And it's so sweet. It's like my favorite thing. And I'll sit there and undo the knot, and he's like, "Yeah, okay," and then pull it out for me.
I love that. Have you ever bought yarn in like a hank shape? You know?
No, actually, I've never done that.
So like if you're not familiar, the hank shape is like, it looks like 2 tubes of yarn like twisted around each other. Right. If you make the mistake of opening that wrong, it's a nightmare. No. So I didn't know that. Because I worked with acrylic for years doing amigurumi, and then I started doing wearables. So I started buying like non-acrylic yarns just to try like out like wools, cottons, and a lot of them come in hanks. And I just opened it thinking it was normal, and it was a mess. And Andrew, that's my husband's name, he literally helped me for like 4 hours late into the night to untangle it. It was that bad of it. It went from fine to this is getting messy to destroyed. so fast. And he helped me for hours untangle it. And we still talk about it. Sometimes he sees me like yarn barf, and he's like, speaking of you, and I'm like, I promise it's not gonna happen again. Like it's not that kind of yarn. It can't do it. So if you ever buy a hank, just know that you have to open them in a very specific way. Don't learn the hard way that I've learned. And my understanding is like pretty much everyone learns that lesson once. And like, cause, like
it's a canon moment.
Yeah, exactly. I've talked to other like people who use like fibers that come in hanks, and they're like, yeah, you only do that one time, and we all do it one time. And I'm like, oh,
interesting.
Gosh. It's so weird.
Because it comes like, it's basically what it is it's a circle.
Yes.
If you undo it correctly.
If you undo it correctly,
and
it's a complete
twisted
circle.
into itself.
Yeah.
Small.
Yes.
So that it's nice and like it's compact and it's tight.
Yes.
And so if you undo that, and then did you untie the ties around it?
So I untied the ties around it, and I thought it would just lift up, but it didn't. It just like all came together into a horrible mess.
Yeah.
And I think it's hanked. My understanding is it's hanked because that is the best shape for it to be in when you want to dye it. If you want to do like a speckly dye.
Yes.
So like, and then they hank it, and then that also keeps the yarn from getting stretched out. Because like if you overly tighten yarn when you hank it, you'll stretch it out.
True.
And then you know, part of it will be stretched out, part of it won't. It's a whole inconsistent
It'll be inconsistent.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's a lesson that I hope everyone avoids. Learn from my mistake.
For sure.
Thank God Andrew was there to help me with it.
I know,
my
gosh.
I don't remember what I needed it for like the next day, but I was like, I need this.
Oh, so like you had to get that done. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness.
And it was like 4 hours of diligent work. And it was like a dark blue, so it was like practically black. And I was just like, this is going to take forever.
Everything was working against you.
Everything was working against me. I was like, I can't believe this happened. And then after that, I bought a yarn Swift, and then I'm like never gonna do that again.
I was gonna ask if you had a Swift.
I did finally. At last year's yarn crawl, when I went around, I found a yarn store that had a Swift that was a good price, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not gonna look back.
They can be kind of pricey.
They can be expensive. They're basically like an umbrella, but I mean, you know, but they last a long time. You know.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into buying hanks.
Yeah.
Because I just really like cotton, and I want to get into like cotton blends.
Yeah.
Because it's hot here. I just think for some reason I don't think to use wool.
Yeah.
Here and like in SoCal.
This is wool.
But yeah,
is it really? It is. Yeah. It actually.
This is?
Yeah. This is 100% wool.
And see.
Yeah. It's from Oink Pigments, and it's all hand dyed. Yeah.
It is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
What's nice is that it's super, super airy. So do you ever feel really warm in it or no?
Not really. It just depends. A lot of people have the idea that wool can be really hot, and wool can be really hot. But it's kind of like how dense is the weave, and like acrylic is like plastic in a way. So it's like what breathes probably better, natural fibers, cotton, wool. It just depends. So like there's just different ratings, like how thin is the wool, how dense is the stitch, not the steve. Like all those factors play into how hot does it feel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to just try it. I'm very, very, I sound so silly, but it's just, I am not familiar with fibers outside of cotton and acrylic.
Yeah, I don't think it's silly. I mean, wool is marketed for warmth so strongly. So like you wouldn't necessarily know. Like Goose Down is marketed for warmth, but like I have a down blanket that I use here in Southern California, but it's like a lightweight.
Right.
So just
summer
like
down.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a smaller amount. And like sheep live in the summer. They're happy. Like they're not catching fire or sweating or anything, you know? So, but I know what you mean, because it's always like, get your wool for winter.
Yeah, so that's just like ingrained in me that like I don't want to use wool.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I totally understand. I got into it more because it's so sustainable and so good for the environment that I wanted to try it more. And I too was like, I live in Southern California.
Right.
That can't be for me, but
I'll just have to try it.
You'll have to try it.
And then doing something like light and airy.
Yeah, something that's really open, you know, something that's really nice like that.
I've also thought of just doing socks. Yeah. Like, I like wearing, like, you guys can't see it, but I'm wearing, like, little fluffy cat slippers.
I do love warm socks, especially lately. It's been so chilly at night.
Right. And so, like, having a nice, like, thick, like, even just getting something, getting wool.
Yeah.
To make something like that, because then I'll also get used to it.
Yeah.
It's a small project.
Yeah.
I could probably make a pair or two for me and my husband.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll probably grab some wool at the next Fiber Fest that I go to. Galaxy, hi. How are you doing? I made an amigurumi head and it's cute. Did you post a picture on Yarn Over Hook? Galaxy is a newer crocheter. They are working on all things crochet.
Ooh.
And trying to get better, just doing a bunch of different things, and I love it. I love being on this journey with you. Let's see.
When I started making amigurumi dolls, I was burned so hard with like the heads because I'd make the head, or I usually make the wig first because the wig seemed like more work and I wanted to get that done first. So I do the wig first, but then the head would end up like twice the size of the wig. And it would just be like this tiny little wig. And I was like, how did that happen? Was it tension? Was it like slightly different? And that's kind of when I learned that like not all worsted weight is the same. So you can't just be like, oh, I'll use Super Saver for the head and then I'll use loops and threads for the hair, because they're very different like widths. And so I've been burned by that, and I've learned that lesson. I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. Which, like, your community members don't have to learn those lessons because they're not crocheting like alone. Like, they can say like, "Hey guys, do you think this is a good idea?"
Or I
just
nice.
was like doing it by myself, and I was like, "Why doesn't this work?"
I have to say, like, even not just me being a part of the Yarn Overhook team and all that stuff, like, it is so nice to have that community and that support and like a safe space to ask questions and show your work, and you know that like you'll have people who support you and will help you out when you ask for help, and like all of those things. It's just so nice. I really wish I grew up with something like this, and I'm just so excited to have so many people. There are so many crochet friends on Yarn Overhook who are just starting crochet this year.
That's exciting.
And it's so nice that at the beginning of their journey they get to have a community to reach out to for their crochet.
It makes it so nice.
I'm loving it. Galaxy, I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Okay, and then
I did have one other random tip for amigurumi. Just like, if you do start with amigurumi, a lot of times you use pins to hold elements in piece. Like, I didn't bring any pins, but when I attach these ears onto this cat, I will pin it in place. And there's lots of different pins you can buy, but I couldn't recommend more getting quilter's pins. They basically, for the head, the piece at the end, it's flat. It's like a flat, like a little flat circle. They can be butterflies. I have all different shapes. But what's nice is two reasons. If you drop them, they don't roll away. And then your cat won't find it 4 months later and then bring it to you in bed or something crazy. The cats will always find it. But what's also nice is if the pin is too small and you have the piece like this, the pin will just go right into it.
Yeah, I've seen even amigurumi sticks.
Oh, I've seen those too. I haven't tried that yet.
Like long, they're basically just like hairpins, like the hair sticks.
I could see that working, because then you'd have because sometimes it's hard to get grip inside of something that's like mostly polyfill.
And they're long, so then you can, it's really nice for big pieces as well.
I could see that. I could see that for
pins,
sure.
I don't know why I never thought to use pins to hold my pieces together.
Yeah, it really helps to see it visually so you don't get like wonky pieces.
Yeah, and then it helps to hold it in place so then you're not like sewing it down and then moved over a row. Like, it took me forever to get my ears right and the eyes right for my Totoro.
Yeah, you did a great job. Like the eyes especially, sometimes you get like really messed up attachments, but it looks really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
But I get messed up attachments. I've had some really funny looking eyes.
It took a long time to get him right, and I wanted the eyes to be far apart so that he was like dopey looking like he is.
Yes, I love it.
But it took me a while to get it to that point.
You did a great job. Like, for a first amigurumi, like my first amigurumi is a really messed up looking penguin.
Oh no!
I'll post a picture of it later.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so good luck with your amigurumi, Galaxy. I cannot wait for us to do amigurumi stuff. We have so many ideas, especially because amigurumi has become so popular, and a lot of beginners want to get into it, but it's definitely not the most approachable medium of crochet. When you first look at it, you're like, that's like a whole like sculpture. Like, how do I do that?
It is, because you're changing stitches a lot throughout the whole thing. Increases, decreases, whatever. It's not like you're going like straight across and then straight across. It's,
it's not a back and forth.
Yeah.
You have to like keep track of where you started, keep track of where you ended, pay attention to decrease and increase and all this stuff. But like, not to say that amigurumi is so difficult. Like, once you have it, then you have it. But if you've never done it before and you're looking at it, it's like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, how do you make shapes like that?
Yeah.
Like,
I have this really cute set of Studio Ghibli. I'll bring it sometime when we meet. And it was one of the first ones I tried to do, and I could never understand how to finish it. And one of the pieces turns inside out, and it becomes like another piece on the other side. So like I was like, oh, mine was like blown.
Did you share that the other day?
I shared it a while ago when I was like, I couldn't finish it. I just saw
something the other day.
Yeah, maybe it just popped up for you recently, but I will finish it. And that maybe I'll do that on one of our episodes, finish the pieces that I haven't finished.
To see. Like, that'd be nice.
Because it's been like 5 years of growth. You know?
We should have like a Whip Buster episode.
The butt.
Can you guys see it? Yeah, they can see it. Perfect.
I love it. It's gonna get the scratches and be like,
so cute. Are you gonna put anything in the tail to like quirk it up, or are you gonna keep it down?
I was thinking about just sewing it so it's kind of like that. Like,
oh, that would be cute. That would be really cute.
Yeah. Once I finish attaching the ears, I was gonna leave one ear with like a really long tail, and then just run that tail through, grab the tail from the ear, grab the tail, and then come back. That way I can just sew it in that way.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Then it's not an extra step either.
Yeah.
Really.
I love doing that with Amigurumi, just like sewing through things, using this to attach to that. Yeah. And sometimes it's nice with Amigurumi because with a granny square, everybody has to like both sides of this. Where with an Amigurumi, you can hide a lot inside of it. No one needs to know what your color changes actually look like.
You can.
It's so funny, but yeah.
I was just looking at a technique for a color change for Amigurumi that I really want to try.
Yeah.
So that you don't get that like clear row color change. Have you ever tried one of those techniques?
I do one technique color change, so I get this kind of color change.
Right.
And then that's not even like the worst you can get, but like it's a mid-range. There's one that I've seen where you get like there's no difference.
It's like perfectly seamless.
It's really, I've done it a couple of times. It's hard to get the tension correct because it goes tight. Unless maybe we're talking about the same thing or not. But there's one that I know that the tension can accidentally go really tight really fast.
And then make it worse.
And then like it's warped.
Yeah.
So I have to do it again, but try not to get tense as I'm doing it. Which is easy to do. I crochet very tight. I don't know if you crochet very tight as well.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes. I am constantly having to pay attention to my tension depending on what it is.
Attention to your tension.
Pay attention to my tension.
Yeah.
I like granny squares and projects that I have been working on for a long time. My muscles will remember the tension.
Yeah.
And so like my granny squares are not tight. Like this is not a very tight granny square.
Yeah.
But if it's Amigurumi, I tend to crochet very, very tight.
And that's what you want. You want it to be tight and small so that you can't see the stuffing inside of it. Yeah.
One thing I noticed, actually, when I was crocheting... Hi, Lynn. How are you? Windy the butt. Oh, wait. Let me check. Let me catch up. Yes, when I started, I YouTubed everything and initially had to do it backwards because I'm left-handed.
Oh.
Never had a big problem with that, though, thank goodness. I know others struggle figuring it out.
Yeah.
Marky, that's incredible.
That's so interesting. I have talked to a couple Amigurumi people who do things left-handed. Like, the left-handed version of the loop stitch is wild. It's just like, it's the loop stitch, but it's left-handed. But it's like reversed, so it's like... Because stitches like that, they appear on one side more than the other. So it's like a whole thing.
So you have to adjust that so it appears correctly.
I've seen some pattern writers who are so wonderful, and they will have their pattern written both ways. And I couldn't even imagine. I would mess it up so hard trying to be like, and then with your left hand. So I'm like... So I haven't done that yet, but it's like, that's so nice that they provide that translation. Yeah.
That is really, really nice. That's awesome, Marky.
Yeah.
Mars, did you follow a pattern for the Totoro? I did follow a pattern for the Totoro.
So cute.
I did it in like 2019, so I'm gonna have to find the pattern, but I will post it on Yarn Over Hook.
I'll be waiting for that post. I would like to make it too.
Wendy really likes how you did your cat butt.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I love a cat butt. It's so cute.
Lynn, how are you? What'd you bring to crochet? What'd you bring to drink? Wendy, what did you bring to crochet? What did you bring to drink? Ugh, what did you bring to drink? Oh goodness. So I was going to say, with regard to tension in Amigurumi, so if you guys get a Woobles kit, did you have trouble with your tension with your Woobles?
So when I got it, it was like early days.
Right.
Like she still was on the original yarn. It was like
right. I forget this.
It was like have the yarn that 2020. It wasn't the now the like
easy
the
peasy.
shoelace kind of cotton yarn. Yeah, that makes the most sense for like learning. Like that makes sense that they went in that direction. So I would say I had trouble with that, but I don't think it was specific to her kits. I think I just like was very, very tight in the beginning because I was like very afraid of things going the wrong way.
Her kits, perfect, fine, wonderful.
Yeah.
No issues with that. It was my tension.
Yeah.
I had never worked with that easy peasy yarn before.
Yeah.
So easy peasy yarn
I haven't tried it yet.
It's basically a tube filled with fiber fill.
Yeah.
I think you can get some that's not, but that's like closer to kind of a t-shirt fill and it's flat.
Yeah.
And my tension, so you can see the filling in my whale.
So I think,
and it's because I just did it too tight. I was crocheting this like it was acrylic. It's a size 5 hook, and then it was just tight. I was just crocheting really tight.
And you've seen finished ones where you don't see the inside at all?
Yeah, and I think it's just because like they did it on a looser tension.
Yeah, if the yarn is stuffed with fiber fill, I could see that. I would say otherwise, if your tension is so tight, you should just go down a hook size.
And I should have, but I was using hook. I wouldn't have thought to.
Yeah, you have to do a full test with the whole thing. Yeah. Something that I notice is like when you write patterns, if you're going to do something that has increases and decreases, put the increases on the showing side. Because the decreases just never look as good. So like, because you can see more gaps here than here. And that happens with me. Like the decreases on the back it doesn't look as nice as the increases on the front.
Oh.
So I always make sure to write it so that the increases are on the side I want people to see the most.
Exactly, that's so smart.
Sometimes people will like, I've done this too, when I really want it to look like, I'll do increases. And then I'll stop like the loaf cat, for instance, like here, and then I'll do a separate piece and then join them together because I want it to look perfect on both sides. So I basically like cat dog 2 loaf cats together.
Cat dog. That definitely showed our age there. Cat dog. Yeah. That is so smart though. That is so interesting because that was another tip that I had come across for Amigurumi is to adjust your decreases.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow the pattern exactly for your decreases.
Yeah.
Decrease slower.
Yeah.
So as opposed to single crochet, decrease, do 2 single crochets in the decrease.
Yeah.
Like, and then just like do your decrease slower. It's going to change the shape a little bit, but then you won't have that like exposed bottom.
Yeah.
And I was just bummed because when I finished this, I was like, oh man, like you can really see the fiber fill.
And that's hard because I've had that happen too.
Again, like it's nothing against the Woobles. The Woobles kits were perfect.
Yeah.
It's just my tension.
Yeah.
And you can see with these, I started to adjust my tension. These were the last pieces that I did.
Yeah.
And so my tension is better. And so the stitches are fuller.
Yeah.
And not as tight.
Yeah. Not just learning, that's experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I love my little Bjorn. I love him.
I really do love their kits. I've given them many times.
They're so fun. I have the Sanrio Karopi.
Oh, cute. They're so thoughtfully developed, and like it just like they brought a revolution of new crocheters to the world. It's really nice.
They really did. I definitely attribute them to why Amigurumi has become so popular in the last year or so. It is it's just so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. Catching up on my water for the day. Mars, me too. Have you tried doing the corner to corner in the round? Corner to corner in the round.
I've never tried. I don't know if I understand that concept. But
wait. I think I get what. No, do I get what you're saying? So, is it like a shawl? Is it this? No, because that would be...
Because instead of spiraling out, because like in the round, you're just like making a circle and getting bigger and bigger, or smaller and smaller.
How do you do corner to corner in the
There's
round?
probably some very clear answer, and we're both like misreading this.
I know. We're both...
Like, what? Huh? Yeah.
Corner...
That should be like the picture, just like,
corner to corner in the round. And I feel like we're like the math lady meme.
Oh my god, I love that one.
You'll have to YouTube it. Apparently it's been out for years. I'm Googling it.
I need to know this. I love all the tips. I love learning everything.
Whoa. How to corner in rounds. Step by step. Oh! Look, you start from the center point. And you go out. And it's still corner to corner. because you work corner to corner, but it's the corner to corner stitch.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's done in the round.
I love that. Learning new things all the time.
Oh my gosh, guys, yes. See? It's done in the round.
I've never done that. That's so cool.
That is so interesting,
That would
Wendy.
make some really beautiful shapes.
That would. Yeah. Have you, Wendy? I guess that means no. Yeah, no, we hadn't. Have you tried corner to corner in the round? Interesting. I'm gonna have to try that because I love corner to corner.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to try that. Okay, so I think I'm going to finish this row and then measure. And I'm probably close. If I'm still keeping consistent, then this should be 10 inches. And then I just have 2 more rows to do.
That's not bad at all. It's coming together really fast.
You know, we were just talking about like if we're going to be able to get crocheting done. I feel like I stopped so often.
I definitely had to undo a few rows and go back and count again because I was like, wait a second. Because especially if you have a pattern where you're working in the round and they stagger the decreases, so it doesn't end up being like a hexagon. And you're like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like I count in my head or out loud, like say I'm gonna do 1 decrease. So not 1 decrease. I'm gonna do 1 single crochet and then decrease, and then 2 single crochets. In my head, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I'm alone, that's how I count it. I always say the decrease weird, and that's how I count all my increases as well. So I'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, or like, you know, it's like that's how I keep track of like the decreases and increases in my head. It's like I say them in like a weird voice.
Funny.
And that's been a consistent method that has worked really well for me.
I mean, yeah. Especially if like sound cues are very helpful in you keeping track of a pattern.
Yep.
That is so funny.
It's just like what's worked for me well.
I think I hum on those. So I'll go 1, 3, go 1, 4, 7,
I like
and then
that.
or skip it. I'll just skip it. I'll go 1, 2, increase 2 through and then try and count it that way.
Yeah.
I think it depends though it depends on the shape I think that I'm making. Count those stitches, keep count. We've talked a lot about like one of the biggest, not challenges, but like one of the things that like you have to overcome when it comes to crocheting. It is like the fear of like counting.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I was speaking with the other day about like counting stuff and avoiding counting. I think I've also mentioned it on live that if I just don't count, then it's not there. Like it's one of those like if I just don't acknowledge it, then it's not there, and I just hope for the best. I do that a lot with my mood tracker blankets. There's
pieces I do that where I'm like, it'll be fine, and then every 6 inches I look to make sure it's the same width, you know? And I'm like it's cool,
it's fine.
I'm like it's good, it
just
works.
Like anything to like avoid counting.
It's like I do the same thing. I'm like this is fine enough.
Oh my gosh, it's coming out so cute.
I'm putting the little ears on right now, which I'm just kind of like free-handing without my pins. I'm so pin dependent.
Oh,
do you use darning needles that have like the pointed tip like that?
I think my darning needles have like a little bit of a rounder tip. Yeah, but it does like
this is like that. This is like my preferred yarn needle. I don't even know where it's from. Oh wait, no, I don't know. It's been so long. It's so, you can see all the paint's coming off of it.
I know, I see.
But it's just like, especially for Amigurumi, a needle that has a tip like that, because it's really easy to like get it in. So
okay, yeah, that bent tip.
I'll do like the influencer hand, like that. You can see.
Yeah, that bent tip.
Yeah, it makes it easier to get into round surfaces.
Yeah, I have the Clover darning needles that do that.
Oh, that's nice. I love
they're
Clover
bent
brand.
at the tip.
Yeah.
We have it in our Amazon storefront.
Oh,
if you guys want to check those out. I've had mine since I started Amigurumi and was like, oh, I think I need to get darning needles.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out your storefront because I do occasionally give them away because I'm like, you gotta try this. So I'll like give, so gradually I've like decreased in like the number that I had. So I'm gonna check it out. And
the Clover ones are a little thicker than that. They're a little bit bigger.
That's nice because sometimes this eye is a little small. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. I've actually seen somebody is working on a 3D printed crochet needle that is long. Yeah. So it's long and then the whole thing is a hole.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that like if you have a short tail, you don't have to put the hook in first and then thread it and then pull through. Have you ever had to do that?
I've had to do that for sure. I have some like short needles that they're just like a plastic like flattened circle from Susan Bates, and like they're good. They don't have enough of a point in my opinion, but I do like that they're just like one long hole.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you.
The structure of this sounds better.
Yeah, and I'll post a video of it on Yarn Over
I'd
Hook.
love to
like
see.
somebody, they're working on it, and I cannot wait because I really want to get those. They seem like they'll work really, really well, especially for me if I like cut too early or I just cut it and it's accidentally too short. It's so hard to like do that, like get through and like pull. Yeah. And I have to put the needle in first and then thread it and then pull and put the needle, like this.
Like the struggle we all know. It's so
my goodness.
like,
my goodness. It's on my list. Wendy has an ever-growing list of crochet things that she wants to make, and it is a joke now that should she suggest something, I'm like, oh, have you made it? It's on my list. It's on my list. Wendy has the longest list of crochet wants I think I've ever heard, and I'm waiting for her to like publish a book basically of all the patterns that she's come across that wants to make.
I love that. Like no judgment, I have like 4,000 whips at a time. Like I'm always like 80% done with the project and I'm like, well, I'll just start this other one. Right. It constantly happens to me.
I feel like especially if I come across, because I'm definitely a mood crocheter. If it's something that I come across, I'm like, I think I have the yarn for that. I'm gonna go ahead and just start it.
Yes.
I end up with a ton of whips. Or like I'll go to the store and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead. I have time. I can just run to Joanne and I'll grab the yarn.
Do you feel guilty when you're not working on them? Like, you know, like do you feel like in Toy Story they're like living life waiting, like, when is Andy gonna come play with me? And it's like, when will you come finish me?
Yes, I do feel guilty sometimes.
I do too.
Like, there was a blanket that I ended up frogging because I had left it for over a year, and I was just not gonna finish it. Yeah. And it's part of the like mustard series that I talk about during the lives that I want to start. Yeah. So it's all of this yarn back here.
Is it all stuff done in that beautiful mustard color? I love that.
Because you saw our couch, like it's like a nice peacock blue.
Yeah, I wanted
to make
that
a mustard
couch.
Color blanket.
That's beautiful.
And mustard color pillows.
Yeah.
For it, and so that'll be my mustard series that I work on. But that was definitely a whip that was sitting around like, oh, like Andy doesn't want to play with me anymore. Yeah. And my husband actually kind of pokes fun. He says that phrase. Yeah. Every time I start something new, and he's like, wait, what happened? I thought you were doing this. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. I just put that down for a little bit, and he'll like tease me with that meme, like, I don't really want to play with you anymore. That's so funny. And I feel like that happens to me when I am when I come across a new pattern that I want to try out or something. Yeah. I also have like so many patterns that I've just like grabbed off of Etsy. Yeah.
Same. Etsy and Ravelry, just all of it.
Yeah, I was talking about it in one of the lives. Like, if you come across a pattern on Etsy that you absolutely love, just get it. Get the pattern, because you might come on and that crochet artist isn't on there anymore, or the pattern isn't available anymore. So buy the pattern, get the pattern. You like it, get the pattern. Add it to your cart, and you might be sent a coupon. That's what I do.
That's what I do too. Yeah.
I just add it to my cart and wait a couple of days.
And then they send you a coupon.
And then I get a coupon, and I'm like, yep, getting it. Yeah. I just bought the like Kappa pattern that you sent
the one
me.
I sent you, yeah. I just bought this pattern today. Oh, I wish I could. I posted it on my Instagram, but my phone's in the other room. But it's a bassinet for fairies. It's so cute.
So cute. Yeah. It's so cute. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. I think I put it in my story.
You did.
Yeah.
So cute. What do you think you're going to do with this?
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to I want to make all of them and like, I don't know, give them to like a friend who's gonna have a baby maybe or something. They're just so cute. They remind me of like making little fairy dolls as like a little girl.
Oh, look, and they close up.
Yeah, they close up into bags, and then out comes the little fairy doll. Like that's one of the fairies.
Oh,
and
so
then
it's like a toy.
Yeah, it's like a toy, and then that's like the fairies that go with that one, and it's just like it's such a cute design.
So cute. It's by Copacetic Crochet.
Yeah, Copacetic Crocheter. It's like, I think it's a new release. Cute. So I just saw it today and I was like, that is adorable. I have to make that.
Oh, they make so
and
many
then I like immediately bought it. And I was like, that's so cute. Oh,
I love it.
Yeah.
It is so cute. So, so cute.
I don't like the nose looking like that. That's a lot of like amigurumi taken apart, being like, that's not quite right.
Yeah, especially like the details on the eyes, the cheeks, the nose.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I often take breaks from amigurumi.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just so much pulling apart and planning and stuff. But then it's like at the end, the satisfaction of it being completed is so, so nice.
I agree.
I cannot wait. I feel like I really like this square. I like how it came out. It's very simple.
It's
very, very
really
simple.
Pretty.
Let me measure. Did I just begin this row?
You're getting close for sure.
I know. 12 by 12 is bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Because your square is huge.
Yeah, I thought I'd be done when I was doing like the clouds, and then I was like, wow, I have to do more. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll do it in a different color of blue just to like change it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. What are you at now?
I'm at 10 and a half. So I think... Oh, wait. Because this isn't finished here. So I probably just have one more row after this one, and then I'll be done with it.
That's exciting. And then I'll take it with me on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I'll have to stop by because I really want to look at that canopy and I want to look at your entry.
Yeah.
Like live. If you guys are joining after we had said what I'm crocheting is we worked on some granny squares for a canopy that's being done for the LA County Fair. LA County Fair.
Yeah.
And Alexis brought her granny square.
Yeah, I'll show it again in case you just missed the very beginning. See?
So cute. So cute.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, I'll do one real quick for yarn over hook, and it'll be in the yarn over hook colors.
And they're gonna hang them up. Hopefully this one gets hung like this so people can see it from below. And it's going to provide some nice shade, which we always need in Southern California.
Yeah. And I can't imagine that your square is going to be the only square that has like one side.
Fingers crossed. Because I was like 80% of the way through it before I realized like, oh, this is one-sided. Because I'm not experiencing granny squares. So
True.
Like, like, oh, they're not all like one-sided.
No. Yeah. I can't imagine yours is going to be the only one.
Yeah.
Because like it's become pretty popular to do basically like artwork on top of the granny square.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that yours is the only one.
Fingers crossed. But you know, if it happens, the back is like, okay. It's like brown.
No, but we want to see the hedgehog.
I know, I want to see the hedgehog. So I'm just like, honestly, if it ends up being upside down, it would be really funny. So I'm just
because like the canopy is gonna go one way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure then they'll be consistent on like it needs to be this way going down. I can't imagine. I really can't imagine that it wouldn't be. Yeah,
it is a crocheter who's organizing it. She runs this thing called Crochet Lab and I think it's at the Pomona Library, and she teaches crochet. I think it's either for free or for very little money.
Ooh. And
it's just to help people like learn the craft. And she's the one who's organizing all of it. So like a crocheter is like on the ground with this. So she'll know like things go a certain direction.
That is so cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Like it'd be different if you were making your square and putting it together with people who don't crochet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go in and help to weave these squares together.
Yeah, because they're hand crocheting all the squares together to make this massive canopy. I thought they'd use a sewing machine and just kind of like, but
right,
no,
something really, really quick.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it all together by hand.
That is incredible.
It's really impressive.
That is incredible.
It's the first time they've ever done it, and it's just so cool.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's all community donated.
Oh, right. True, that too.
Yeah.
Wendy says, that's a cute granny.
Thank you.
And then next we have, I just realized Alexis is also wearing yarn over hook colors.
I Purple's
Even your cover though.
Yeah, purple's my favorite color, so it's easy to wear. But you're right, I do match the granny like this.
That is so funny. I didn't even realize.
I love purple. It's my favorite color. It's my wedding ring. It's my everything. I love purple. So.
My husband loves purple too.
Yeah.
That's what my blanket. Oh, it fell down.
Oh, I see it down here.
It's down there.
It's here.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
My husband's lap blanket for his desk is purple as well. So, yeah,
I need to make a lap blanket. I'm gonna make it in that beautiful one you had.
Oh, the Hooked on Sunshine?
The Yarn Over Hook meetup. That was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, have you started it yet?
I have not started it yet, but it soon will be one of my like many whips that I have going on at one time.
I know. I feel like I should be discouraging you to start it.
Oh no,
but
like, I can't imagine any crocheter being like, you shouldn't start that project. I'm always like, get on it.
If you guys haven't seen Hooked on Sunshine's patterns yet, they're incredible.
That is artistry. It's just
beautiful blankets. Yeah. Beautiful blankets. I am currently working on the doodad blanket.
Yeah.
My mom is working on a blanket, and I can't remember what that one is called. She has some really funny names for her blankets, so I can never really remember what they're called. But my mom is working on one too. So if you haven't seen Hooked on Sunshine's blankets, definitely check them out because they are gorgeous. They're so gorgeous.
I finished him.
He's finished.
Little eyes.
Oh my gosh, and then the blue is so perfect.
I love to add like that little bit of yarn around the plastic eyes so that it looks like it's blue eyes. Blue eyes and a little butt. And then I sew the tail up in this little curl. But it's a loaf cat. It's adorable and it's squishy.
So cute. Yeah. So cute. And you're gonna make a second one?
I am gonna make a second one. I brought enough yarn to like just go ahead and start on another.
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah, because maybe like once a year so far I'll do like an art fair, and people always really like those. Or maybe I'll just give them to someone who has a Siamese cat. Either way.
Oh, that's so fun. Wait, so you've done like markets and like sold crochet before?
I've done one market in Santa Monica, and I like almost completely sold out. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh,
and it was
so awesome.
fun. Yeah, it was really lovely. These women who do ceramics let me share a booth with them. It's called Ceramic Coven, and they're so wonderful. And I bought a lot of pieces from them over the years, and they knew I crocheted, and I was talking to them about like, what's it like doing fairs and stuff. And they're like, if you want to share a table with us, you can. It was just really kind of them. So I did share a booth with them, and I did really well, and it was really fun, and everybody had a great time. And I spent the entire day talking to people about crochet, and every once in a while I had a chance to sit down and actually crochet, and then people would come up and want to know like, how do you do this? And like people would send their kids over to watch to see how it's done. It was just really nice.
Oh, that is so nice.
I loved it.
That is so fun. I'm like I don't know. I haven't sold crochet. I've had like family members like, hey, can you make this for me? And I'll pay you.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's like my extent of like selling things.
Yeah.
How was that? Like,
so it's a question because it takes so much time to make. Like, how much is it worth? Because then it's like pricing it by the time it would be hard.
Right.
A lot of it was stuff I had made because of that Amigurumi August challenge, or just things I had made because I wanted to learn new techniques. I wanted to learn how to do these kinds of stitches or to how to make that kind of ruffle. So I had like years of practical skill crochet pieces in storage in my apartment, and I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity for sale. So it worked out in that way. Like, I did it for the skill learning, I do it when I'm relaxing, and then I happen to sell it and, you know, make back the cost of the yarn and some of the time. And it was just, I really liked it. I could see it being very hard unless you price things higher to justify the time it takes to make things. But it still is really fun. And if you're making the thing as a relaxing evening thing, why not, if you want to sell it, you know, you can make some money on it. Like, I really enjoy it. I enjoy sharing things I make with people. And that's part of like the pay that I receive from it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. That is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's market season for a lot of people, crafters especially. And so many videos I'm seeing of people just making stuff to prep for their markets.
Yeah.
And I just, more power to you. I couldn't imagine making stuff specifically for markets too, like 20 beet earrings or like 15 keychains, all of these like market bags. Like, And some people make some huge projects to sell. Like,
like this beet purse I made for that. And then ultimately, I probably priced it too high, and really I want to put a liner in it. So I think I took it back and I was like, I'm going to put a liner in it, and then I'll put it back out there again and see if it goes. But, you know, it's a conversation, like the amount of time, because obviously the supplies, if you're not using like expensive yarn, the supplies aren't expensive. It really just is a conversation about how much of your time does it take. For sure.
Oh, Galaxy posted your head, so I'm gonna go see. Oh, Mars, you're already subscribed. That's so dope. That's adorable. Yes, it is super, super cute. And whatchamacallit, that's what it's called. Whatchamacallit blanket.
Whatchamacallit, I love the names. So cute.
There's a lot of people don't like paying for crochet items. I've been seeing a lot of that kind of that talk going on too.
Yes.
On the Clock app, on IG.
Yes.
And stuff like that. What do you think?
I think it definitely is a consideration. You know, you have to price things for them to sell if you want them to sell. When I price things, I asked Andrew to do it for me because I was like, you don't know how many hours this took. Like, what would you pay for it? And I was like, in a way, I made all this stuff and I'm like renting an apartment to store it in, you know, with me, because it like lives with me, like all the things I make. And I was like, I would be happy to like for it to go. So I wanted it to move. So I was happy to price it with what someone would pay for it, even though that's not what it's worth in time. So it's a conversation. It's kind of like, it's hard to figure out. I got around it by asking my husband to do it for me. And then I just like went with what he said.
You gotta take that onus off yourself.
I was like, $20. But then I was like, okay, I understand. And he's one of those people where it's like, he could be on The Price is Right, because he's always like, that's $17.95, and then it'll be it's that exact price or something. Like I've never actually watched The Price is Right, but he always knows what things are before he flips them upside down and looks at the tag.
That's
so I was like,
funny.
He's good to guess.
That's a good point of reference too. Yeah, because I've seen there's a post going around that's very that's gained a lot of traction of a crocheter who is like, okay, so this is how much this would cost if I were to sell it. And she lists the cost of materials. Pattern is typically 0 because she freehanded it. And then she does the total hours that she spent making it times like minimum wage in her location. And then like puts the total. And I was like so grateful for that. I feel like there's a lot of crafters and creators, like not even just in crochet, but like pottery especially. Like there's a lot of like discourse on like how much pottery costs. And I'm like, it takes a lot to do that.
Not to mention the skill and development, the time spent skill development. Absolutely.
Right. And so I appreciate when creators and crafters post things like that. In a breakdown of like, sure, if you wanted to know how much this would cost, this is how much it would cost. Based on materials, pattern, and the time spent making it. And it's made some people upset. But it's also just like, but the same person who's like really upset about that transparency is the same person who would complain about the price of an item.
I mean, like I priced it to move. I didn't price it like the time. And it's like, I wouldn't make a lot of those pieces again for sale because they took so long. And they were like passion project type pieces where I'm like, I just want to learn this skill, and it's like going to be my entire day is like learning the skill. And I wouldn't make it again. But I'd make like no-sew, like tiny things like this again. Like this was a great pattern. This was so fast. I did end up making, I think, 4 of these for the market, and 3 of them sold. But I wouldn't necessarily make like the beet purse again for a market because it took so long. And like I'm happy to keep that myself because it's so cute. But so it just depends. You know, you can assess whether how much time a pattern will take.
Right. Wait, so your capybara is a no-sew. How did the head go onto the body?
So when you do the decreases, it's like you start down here, obviously you're doing the increases and the decreases. When you go, I'll do it with my hand on this side instead. When you're down here and you're doing the increases up to here and you do the decreases, you increase at a different rate on either side so that the head ends up going, it's like it's really hard. Wait, is this a no-sew? Maybe I'm insane. I thought this was a no-sew.
No, because I know what you are talking about, but feel like this head.
I mean, look at it. It can't be a no-sew.
Right, because it's going in a different direction.
Did I? Yeah, because it's like it's AI, you guys. It's not here. Maybe it's not no-sew. I swear, you know, it might be that maybe the pattern is no-sew, and then I ended up attaching the head differently because.
Oh.
It might be that, because I remember seeing the words no-sew on the pattern, and maybe I ended up not.
Was it low-sew?
It was low-sew.
Because the ears also.
But then, like, here it looks like.
I know, it doesn't look like you attached it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like. Oh, as you were crocheting it, did you attach it?
Maybe that's it. It's been like over a year since I made this capybara. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll look at the pattern tonight when I go home, and I'll report back because I don't want to give out false information. And I remember really liking this pattern. I remember thinking it went really fast. I know the ears were like,
yeah, there must have been a trick that you did
to
attach it because it doesn't look like you sewed it.
Yeah, there was something. Oh wait, maybe this is what it is. Okay, so like maybe, let me take the hat off. So I think I went up the body like this, and then I must have done a chain and then closed the mouth like that. And then I attached on here and then closed the head that way. And because there's a difference here.
Yeah.
And you can see it directionally makes sense here and it directionally makes sense here. So this pattern, I do like go up and then like chain and finish the snoot.
So cool.
And then like the scientific term, the snoot. And then I attach on and then close this. Yeah, because this is
so almost like a cat dog, like you did.
Yeah,
you mentioned
exactly.
earlier.
And I remember thinking that this went really fast, and I was like, "That's so great." I mean, the hat took almost as long as the whole capybara.
No way.
Because it's really fiddly, but it was so cute. I mean, like you know, it's fiddly. It's just like lots of chains and like going back under the chain and like and like you know having things like right with the holes and everything, but. The capybara was really fast.
Aww.
And I do love a fast pattern. I love slow patterns, I love them all, but I love a variety.
I know, a fast pattern is really, really nice. Really, really nice.
When you really start getting into crochet, you really appreciate when people are like, it works up fast. Like, you appreciate what that language means. Yeah.
And I feel like it gives you a really nice excuse to actually start another project. He's like, no, it'll just be a fast one.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll just be a quick one.
Especially if you're doing something that's slow, then you need that nice break of like, well, I need like a serotonin boost. I can like finish something.
Right. Okay, I think my granny square is done.
It's a beautiful color.
That we have 12 inches. I'm gonna give her like a good little tug to reach that 12 inches. But I think we're there. Thank you. This was a good mindless one. But I forget, like I've mentioned before, even with my hexagon cardigan, that the bigger you get, the longer each round becomes because you're doing more stitches.
Yeah.
It starts out fast.
Yeah.
And you're going really fast. But the longer you go, the bigger it is, and so you'll need more stitches. Let me see. I saw the video. Yeah, Wendy, it was a good video. Posted my 2 bags I'm working on. Well, let me see. Galaxy.
Yeah.
Your Amigurumi head. And then Marquee. The stuff that you posted. You've been working on some beautiful granny square bags. Okay. Let me see.
Oh, look at that.
It's 12 inches exactly.
Perfect.
Yay.
Oops.
Oh my gosh, Marquee, those are gorgeous. You see these? Oh goodness, it refreshed.
Yeah.
Look at how pretty those are.
Those granny square bags are beautiful. I love the colors.
So pretty.
Oh, look at the head. Excellent job. You did a great job connecting the eyes on. That can be really fiddly. And that looks really, really good. I'm gonna clap to this.
So
like,
good.
That's so nice.
So good.
Oh, look at that pug. Oh, I love it. I love the pug butt. I love that. I love a loaf animal.
Oh, those look so great, friends.
Everybody does such creative and beautiful things, and I love seeing what you guys post on Yarn Over Hug.
It is so nice, and I always get like such awesome inspiration from what you guys post. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. So I'm gonna do, as opposed to my like double crochet linking that I mentioned in my video, I'm just gonna do a chain 2 to finish this off. And then we'll do that. Tighten it. And there's our yarn over hook square for the LA County Fair. Yay!
Yeah. That's so pretty.
Oh, it's super, super simple, but I'm really happy with it.
They'll be buddy. Here, let's hold them up when you're done and we can get like a picture of what it'll look like.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hold on, let me not
Take your time. Take your time.
And then I'm gonna.
You won't miss the deadline for this. Like me, I was like, oh god.
I know, my goodness. Okay, and then I will sew in. I'll weave in my end, and then I have to weave in that end. Okay, so that's the back then.
It's really bad. Oh, they look so cute.
Yay! Look at our squares.
I love it. Adorable.
Thank you so much for offering to take this in.
I'm happy
to. Here you go, friends. This is our yarn over hook square. If you are in the SoCal area and you're gonna go to the county fair, look for our squares up on the canopy.
Chaos Crochet with a K for the word chaos. That's the crocheter who's organizing all of this.
Okay, Chaos Crochet.
Yeah.
And K for chaos.
Yeah, K for chaos. Yeah, she's the one organizing this, who does the crochet lab in Pomona, and she's like the one I contacted about it, and just like I'm so excited to help with this.
Yay! Oh my gosh, this was awesome. This was beautiful. This was so much fun, Alexis.
This was a blast. And if you're not in the LA area, get your county fair to do it. Get them to do a crochet canopy. Yeah, get it started.
And we will definitely be trying to work with places so that we can get yarn over hook squares and just like flood the canopy with squares from yarn over hook members. Like I really want to do that.
That'd be so pretty.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's just crazy. It's just like it's gorgeous. It's so even. This is just beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I really love that.
Thank you.
You could do like
I'm excited for this.
If you ever got like an old, like you know how people have like room dividers and they're damaged, you could just take all the damaged parts out and put your granny squares in it.
Oh, that would be fun.
And have a granny square room divider. Those, like the folding one.
I can't remember what those are called.
No.
Yeah, that would be actually really nice.
Yeah, that'd be really pretty.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
I love it.
Cool.
Beautiful work.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much for our first episode of Stitches. Alexis, so much fun. So much fun.
I loved it. I loved it all. I love the cat butts.
It's so cute. Let's show our finished products for our Stitches first episode. Yay. Can you remind folks where they can find you?
Oh yes, so on IG it's Remy a Crafty Hedgehog, and Remy is Remy, and then online it's www.remyacraftyhedgehog.com, and on IG there's a link to everywhere else I'm at, like Ravelry and Etsy and everything else like that. Yeah.
Yay.
And that's basically it. Awesome. You'll see me on Yarn Over Hook posting all the time too. So yeah, I'm Alexis K there. Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. And we actually have one little announcement. We have a special episode next week for Easter.
Very true.
There will be a post on Yarn Over Hook this week so that you can prepare. We are going to do, it's a crochet along episode.
Yes.
So you will need supplies if you would like to make this, but it's not a whole lot. Like this is a scrap buster fun
worsted weight
little
yarn
project.
Yeah, you can do it other ways, but
you can like finish it in less than an hour.
Yeah, it takes me 20 minutes.
So, yeah, it takes me like
and I know
20
the pattern, so
minutes. And it'll be really great little like Easter themed one. So tune back in next week. Yes. Alexis will be here again.
I'll be here.
I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us.
It was so nice to meet you all digitally, be here with you in person.
This was so fantastic and super fun. If you have not joined Yarn Over Hook yet, please join us. It is free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world.
Like we have.
Yes, like we have. Our pillows are in the way.
That's just like this. It's like pop.
But please join us there. You can follow the link in the description below. I think that's all of the...
I can post the links to the patterns that I mentioned and things like that.
Yeah, we'll have all of the links for that in the description after the live so you can reference. And yeah, thank you all so much.
Thank you for having me. This was really wonderful. I really appreciate you inviting me on.
Of course.
It was lovely to share my LA County Fair piece and
it was so
you're just
much
a light,
fun.
you're a joyful person. It's fun to be around you. It's infectious.
Oh my goodness. This was just great. There will be more episodes. So definitely keep an eye out. Once we have like a concrete schedule, we'll definitely share, but we are very excited to have this Stitches series. We hope we left you in stitches.
Yes. I know I was in stitches many times. I hope we didn't blow out the sound.
I know.
Laughing.
Sorry for your ears. But thank you all so much, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye, friends. Bye.